and it picked it up. All right.
There we go. It says, hello.
Hello.
Can you see us? Hello.
I don't see a shit on my phone. Hello.
I think you guys can see us.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, you guys. We're a little tardy today. Apologize for that. Some techie things going on. So, but we're here. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. And I see you guys are already chatting it up in the chat, as per usual. Welcome in. And before we get started, Cindy Lou, I just saw that you joined membership, so welcome in. StreamYard changed everything around in here.
They did.
So Cindy Lou, this is for you.
Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out what Karen said. She said she said, "What a racket!" I wonder if that is our technical difficulties that she.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. The lag was so terrible last night. Like, I don't know. I'm really hoping it's not as bad tonight, but it was like super terrible last night.
It was.
Yeah. So with that being said, if you guys are going to bid on anything tonight, definitely utilize your refresh, exit out of YouTube, like completely come back in, like do all the things that we normally tell you to do. But it was bad last night. So, and thank you everybody that came over to Jason's channel last night for our kickoff for Christmas and July Wednesdays with Fatbird Finds. That was super fun sale. Always love to get to share a screen with Laura and Mary Beth. So that was super fun. So thanks for everybody coming over last night. And we'll talk about in a little bit what's going on next week.
Yes.
Next week. All right. So let's see. We're going to say hello to the friends. Then we will briefly talk about how the sale is going to work and what's going on for next week. And then we will get into it. And community share tonight is Miss Nikki Moss.
Oh,
and she sent in a couple photos of a collection that she has been putting together and an updated display. So I used the updated photo that she sent some earlier, and then she sent a new one. So and it kind of matches with the background.
All right.
It's a very cute collection, very cute. And Karen's going to enjoy seeing it as well. Okay. So let's see. Looks like Mr. William was first in the chat.
Willie in the house. Willie is in the house.
Willie's in the house. Thanks for being here, Willie.
Hello.
And Miss Lisa is here. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Shannon. Hello,
Shannon.
Karen G is going to be our official bid ender. Thank you so much, Karen. And I want to say thank Karen again. She has gifted memberships. So if you popped on and you got a message that said, oh, you have received a blah, 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 it was from Karen. So thank you, Karen, for that. And I want to let my channel members know that I added 2 more fun little emojis to put in the chat. It's a Cupid head and Nancy Ann Storybook doll, as per requested from Miss Debbie G. So I don't know how they're going to show up. Some of the things I've been wanting to do, like I had a mirror, like I had a hand mirror, you know, for mirror, for when Jason says mirror. And it shows up so tiny, like you can't even tell what it is. So like some of the things I wanted to do, like they just don't show up right. So I'm trying to come up with some more to do. But yeah.
The Cupid it's a big old cube head.
It's a big cube head. Yeah. Yeah. That should show up pretty good. I don't know about the Nancy Ann doll because she's pretty tiny. So I don't know if she'll even look good in the chat. But I'm seeing them come in on my phone. Okay, you can kind of see her. She doesn't have legs. That's the only thing. She doesn't have legs. All right. Lily Pun Treasures, welcome in.
Hello, Sharon. Good to see you.
There's Miss Debbie G. Hey, Debbie. Good to see you tonight. And there's Cindy Lou. Hey, Cindy. Welcome in. There is Kim. Hey, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Good to see you. There's your man.
It's the one, the only. He makes me snap every single time I see him in the chat. It's the one, the only. Gavin of Grady Group of Vintage Recordings. Guys, I think you know what I'm going to say. Please make sure you're subscribed to his channel here on YouTube. Make sure you give him a follow over on Instagram. He plays music. he's a hardworking content creator. They really put out some fun things, some knowledge, some interactive things. So please, please, please subscribe to him here on YouTube and also follow him on Instagram and just support the Gillettes because they are so supportive of this community that honestly, it's the least you can do is subscribe and follow them. So please do, guys, and show those Gillette some support. And I know 95% of you do, but the 1 or 5% of you that don't, please do. We'd appreciate it.
And I would also suggest following Gavin and Karen over on Virtual Antique Marketplace. They went live for the first time together last Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and they're doing a little chat show about records and record collecting and music in general and some trivia. And I think that they plan to do it again this Sunday. So 4 p.m. Eastern. Correct me if I'm wrong, Karen or Gavin, but that was really fun.
I think you're right.
Quite a few people in the chat, and it was fun just to hang out. And if you want to see what Karen and Gavin look like, I mean, that's fun too.
That's fun
too. They're not usually on camera, so I think they're going to do that on a regular basis. So yeah. Miss Tracy is here. Hey, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Melanie is here. Hey,
Melanie.
Paula is here. Hey, Paula. Welcome in. Linda Daly is here. Hey, Linda. Good to see you. Trying to get through these quickly. There is Jason's mom. Hey, Mom. Linda.
Love ya.
There's my mom. Hey, Mama Pam.
Hello, Mama Pam.
There's Coco Girl. Welcome in. And Renee's back with us. Hey, Renee.
Renee.
Good to see you. Joe is here. Joe.
Hey, Joe.
You're good, my friend. Just saying. You're good, my friend. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you.
Heather is here. Hey, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Lots of repeats. Gnarly Jones. Hello.
Gnarly.
Welcome in. Scroll. Sharon Spencer. Hey, Sharon. Good to see you.
Hi, Sharon.
Minx is here. Hey, Minx. And Miss Kim Willis and Sandy Bowman.
Sandy.
Welcome in, everyone. Oh, Caroline's here. Hey, Caroline.
Caroline.
Kathy. Hey, Kathy. Good to see you.
Hi, Kathy.
There's Miss Tina. Hey, Tina.
Hi, Tina. Hi, Tina.
Like, hey, at the ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
Spark Joy and Life is here.
Your friend.
And Dusty Moose.
Hello, Moose, Dusty.
Moose. Hey, Dusty. Just seeing a lot. Everybody's saying hello. Vintage Rose. There she is. Hello. Dee. Hey, lady. Good to see you.
Hello, Steele. Good to see you.
Rachel. Oh, the chat jumped up. Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Hello. Welcome in. All right. I think Terry. Ooh, Terry made it.
Just got in there.
Right in the nick of time. Good to see you, Terry. Welcome in. Okay. Now that we've said our hellos and hello to anybody in the Lurkers Lounge tonight, or if it's your first time here and you haven't said anything in the chat, welcome in. Welcome to Fantastic Finds. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we do have a pretty fun curated sale for you tonight, kind of a mixture of things, if you will. And before we get into the sale, I did want to mention that, so if you came over to Jason's channel last night for our Christmas in July Wednesdays with Fatbird Finds, next Wednesday, we'll be back again, and joining us next week is Miss Ariana from
the Withering Cottage.
Yes. So that'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern over on Jason's channel next Wednesday. So that's
MTuckersAntiques. Yeah.
Super exciting. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a fun time. All right. So let's get into how the sale is going to roll tonight. I know most of you know this already, but in case we have some new friends joining us tonight, we will go over it again. So first, I did already mention this, but make sure you're in live chat and not top chat. Before we get started, sometimes those chat settings can change. And I already see I'm in top chat on my phone, so I'm switching mine as well. All right, so the lag has been terrible as of late. We always have a lag here on YouTube, unfortunately, but we do have a couple things that you can try to combat that lag. Refresh often. So what that means is closing out of YouTube completely, closing out of your app, coming back in. The faster version of that, although I don't know if doing both of those things might even help anymore, I'm not sure. But the faster way that you don't have to even leave the broadcast is if you are watching on a tablet or a phone, you can tap on the screen in the upper right hand corner, find that gear wheel icon. If you tap on that, hit playback speed and hit 2 times to get caught up. If you are lagging behind, we are going to sound funny until you're caught up with us again. We might sound like chipmunks singing a Christmas song for a little bit until you get caught up with us again. Or we might sound like we're talking like robots. But either way, do that as often as possible. And always check and make sure at the bottom of the screen there's a red line. Make sure that's all the way to the right as far as it can go. We are doing the auction style. So we have 18 rounds of vintage and antique goodies to bring you tonight. So we'll give you a starting price. I will pin it up here on the screen. And we will give you any kind of information about the item, makers or eras, measurements for those items, and note any kind of issues that those items may have. Keep in mind, vintage and antique items that we are showing tonight have had a life. If there is any kind of damage or repairs, chips like that, we do our best to show everything to you on the camera live, so you can make an informed decision if you want to bid on it or not. And I will highlight the bids as they come into the chat in StreamYard, and they will pop up there on the screen. And all you have to do, if you're interested in the item, just type your bids down in the chat, and we will do a 20-second countdown. And I do recommend this. I say this every time, that if there is something you are interested in, don't wait till the last second to put in a bid. Because of the lag, it will get you. You will come in after the bid end. I did see so many people come in after the bid end last night that were bidding on items. So try and get your bids in there early and not wait. All right. And the highest bid that we see come in on our end on StreamYard before Karen's bid end will be our winner. And we are doing the just in cases here tonight, so that all that we ask to use the just in case is that you're an active bidder. That means you put in at least one straight bid on the current item that we're showing. Then you're welcome to utilize the just in case during the countdown. So that is the max amount that you're willing to pay with the letters JIC. Type that into the chat during our 20-second countdown. And if your just in case is the highest for Karen's bid end, we'll bid you up $1 over the next highest amount. Keep in mind, though, if there are multiple just in case bids that come into the chat before the bid end, those do turn into regular bids. All right. And that's another thing. Don't wait to put in that just in case until the last possible second either. Inevitably, you probably will come in after the bid end. So as long as you got a straight bid in there, get that just in case in during the countdown, but don't wait too long to put that in there. All right. And this next point is very important, especially if you're a brand new buyer to either Jason or I. You can pre-register if you would like to. That is not necessary. And you can send us a joint email. So you can send us an email with both of our email addresses at the same time. We don't mind that. But if you're a brand new buyer, maybe it's been a while, or maybe you are at a temporary residence, traveling for the summer, something like that, make sure to email us with any updates like that. We need an email sent to us with your YouTube screen name, your real name, your full shipping address, and an email that we can send a PayPal invoice to. If you don't have PayPal, that is okay. You can still shop with us. Just let us know when you send that information to us that you need a guest checkout link. When we send our invoices out, we can send you a direct link to that invoice in PayPal, and then you can check out as a guest with any debit, credit, Venmo, Apple Pay, or PayPal. All right. And do keep in mind, once we send those invoices out, we do expect payment within 24 to 48 hours of receiving that invoice. And our emails are right here on the screen. If you need to take a screenshot of that to come back to it, you can also find it down in the description of the video. I have pinned it in a comment at the very top of the chat. And my lovely mod squad does put them into the chat throughout the sale as well. So pretty easy to find that information. But definitely, if you're a new buyer, send that information to us during the sale or right following the broadcast, just so that we have it fresh when we go to do our invoicing. And shipping is not included in the winning bid price. That is additional. And we do use Pirate Ship to get discounted shipping rates. Both Jason and I use that. So it's much deeper discounts from paying retail at the post office. So we get a discount. We pass that rate on to you guys. And how we calculate that is from your shipping address. That's why we need that to calculate the weight and size of your package for your zip code from us. And we do have shipping available to anywhere in the US, Canada, and Australia. And I'll let Jason talk about that last point, and then we'll talk about when we're doing our invoicing this week.
If anybody purchases from me tonight and you don't want to pay shipping and you live in the central Pennsylvania area, or you're coming to the central Pennsylvania area, I own a shop, Mother Tucker's Antiques. You can pick it up at the shop. So just let me know via email that you want to do that, and then we'll just invoice you for the item. Once that invoice is paid, then we'll communicate in the emails back and forth on when you want to pick it up. So if you're coming to the area, you can let us know. As long as it's within a timely manner, maybe a month or two, we can hold things. That way you can save on shipping. And again, that'll just be for me. And I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm about an hour and a half west of Philly. And as always, Amy, thank you.
All right. I do ship from Michigan, and I will be doing my invoicing tomorrow. So if you did purchase from either one of us, last night, we are happy to combine ship for you. I'm going to be, I will email you when your invoice is out there at some point tomorrow.
All right. And I ship out of Pennsylvania, like I just said, and I will be doing all of my packaging and invoicing on Saturday. You'll receive an invoice probably early to late evening from me. And also, guys, remember, if you purchased from Amy or myself last night, you guys have an open box. So if we can combine the things safely, I know that we can and we will. And we do our best. That way, like I say, if you bought last night, you already have an open box. And if you purchase something and we can combine it for you, we will gladly do that.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to get it rocking and rolling, Jason?
Okay. Sorry, Amy.
Are we ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
Okay. All right. And I am going to start my first round. And hello, Brooke and Helen.
Hi, Brooke.
And Wendy and Janine. I saw you ladies all pop in there while we were talking. Thanks for being here. All right. My first round tonight. I do have a lot of antique stuff tonight, FYI. I do. And a little bit older vintage stuff as well. So my first thing I'm starting with tonight is going to start at, she was here. Mom Pam was here. Mm-hmm. She did say hi way up there in the chat. She's here somewhere. My first item tonight is going to be a little jewelry casket lot. And I love these teeny tiny baby jewelry caskets. They're so cute. I love these tiny ones. I mean, I do love a big giant one, don't get me wrong, but I really like these teeny tiny ones. And this little lot that I put together, all right? And so I'm including the little German ephemera piece there and a little flocked millinery flower there. But we're going to talk about the jewelry casket first. Now, when I saw this, the lid did need repairing. Okay, so I have repaired the lid because it was loose. Okay, so I did repair it here at the hinge. All right, so it is functioning. It will stay just fine now. It just needed a little TLC. But the good thing about this one is the lining is still in there, which is typically not something that I see. Right. It's usually missing out of there, or it's completely shredded. But this is silk, pink silk, no less, that is in there. Look at that. Usually I don't find them at all like this. This is probably one of the nicest conditions for the lining that I have found in there. All right, so now that it's focused, you can take a look at the hinge here on the back. So that's where I repaired it right in there. Okay, it still has the hinge pin and everything. There's just a little wear. Love the Nouveau always on these with the pretty flowers and vining. Just a little wear to it, which I don't mind. I actually like that. This one does not have any marking on the bottom. Sometimes they have like a patent number or something like that embossed in the bottom. There is no marking on it at all. And then inside, I just popped, I like to not sell these empty. So it's just a little German scrap piece of this little girl. And there's the back of it. All right. And a little millinery flower for good measure. Right.
Good. Looks good.
Okay. So the casket itself closed. It's not very large at all. It's 2 1/4 by 2. That's it. When it is shut. Open, it's a little bit larger than that. When it's open, it's around 2 3/4. Okay. So I see Miss Debbie is in at 15. Thank you so much. So we are looking for 16 or more on the little mini jewelry casket lot. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid it.
It's an already made assemblage there, Amy. Just
all right. Yep.
Put it right out.
Display, but you can totally do whatever you want with it. It's a perfect, it holds several rings. Like if you wanted to keep this by the sink or something like that, several little rings to fit in there. Okay. There's a bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. Kim came in there with a 16, but Debbie got back in there before Karen's bid end with an 18. So Debbie, it is yours for 18. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $12, and I found a kitschy little child's mug, and I had 1 or 2 other things that had deer on it, so I thought this paired well with it. So very good condition. There's one little pin spot right here on the back of the ear. It's like a little teeny tiny nip, but honestly, it doesn't catch your finger, so you could touch that up if you want, but I'm just making sure you guys know that it's kind of like a little paint rub almost on the ear. But it is a little white spot there. And literally it is the size of the tip of like a pencil or a pen. So we have this cute little deer here. And then there's this like, oh goodness, like a merry-go-round here with other fun kitschy animals. So there's a zebra on that side. I love the canopy, has great pink details on it. And then we have a giraffe over here, super kitschy. And then we have this fun elephant over here. And they only gave dear friend 1 eye, so he only has 1 eye on that side. They didn't detail him in there. And it's a fun little child's mug, and it's made in Japan. I know that folks collect these child mugs, and I know that maybe you might want one that has a deer on it. And there's a fun little surprise with this one. Once you're all done, it says all gone down there in the bottom. So there is a little bit of crazing down there, but it's still present. And it's just a fun, maybe I would say probably 1950s little child mug. So this would be great to put in with your kitschy displays. Maybe you're doing something summer, doing a summer display. You could kind of use this, if you're going to mimic maybe an amusement park or maybe down the shore, something like that. I just think it's a super fun kitschy piece, and there's no damage to it. And the little deer body is actually the handle. So the dimensions on it are... It is about 3 1/4 inches high. So that's just right around here, the top of the mug to the bottom. And then believe it or not, width-wise, where it starts over here to the other side, it's about 5 inches wide. So a fun little mug, all gone. It is a child's mug. I'm sure that it's part of a series. I'm sure there's other animals that are on the handle that you can find, and it probably has the same repeating animals on the side. Actually, now that I speak of that, I remember years ago I had a picture that had these animals on it. So I'm pretty sure that there's a set.
There's a planter that has those animals on it too.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I do remember a picture that I saw, and I think
it's square. It looks like a block.
Okay, and does it have the canopy like this on it?
It does.
Okay. The only other thing I want to mention, and we'll do a countdown, is there's a little hiccup here. That's not damage. That's a factory flaw right here. It seems like when they painted it, they smudged it. So you can kind of see that a little bit of the paint got smudged and pushed down. So Other than that, in very good condition. There is that little pin size, little speck right there, and you could touch that up, or you probably won't even notice it. So thank you, Robin. I see your 12, so we're looking for 13 or more, and I'm sure it's 1950s. Let's go ahead and count it down, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. So 13 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. That pink is so vibrant, very kitschy, very 1950s, and I love the deer. He's kind of hanging on for dear life, should I say, to the side of the
Dear
mug.
life. Oh my.
So, that's the best dad joke that I'll probably come up with for about a month or two. So there's the bid end. Robin, thank you so much. Congratulations. It's yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. I have, this is probably, I was trying to think if I've ever found or even had a lady head vase this small before. I'm not sure if I've ever found one this small. I have found some Christmas ones that are smaller, but not one of these. So this is a teeny tiny lady head vase. I love the size. There's no damage to her. All right. She is in good shape. Now there is just some crazing. And the only other thing I wanted to note, when I found her, she had missing her earring. Okay. So I replaced both of those. I do have a stash of vintage pearls that I got from an estate sale just for that purpose. Sometimes I have found these and they're missing both of their earrings or one of them or whatever. So I have replaced the little pearls, okay, for her earrings. All right. But usually it's those eyelashes that have the issue, or the hand, or this little applied rose up in her hair. There's no chipping to her at all, which is kind of hard to find for lady heads. She is made by a narco. Oh, she goes this way. She is made by a narco, and she's from 1963. So she has her sticker and all the stamping there at the bottom. And her like little sleeve and her little dress top is kind of like a seafoam green, which I really like. And it does have kind of a light texture of a floral print imprinted in there. It's a little hard to see, but there is kind of like a little floral embossing in her little outfit. And she's kind of got attitude.
She does.
Which is why I kind of like her. She's kind of like, whatever. I do kind of like that. She's kind of snooty a little bit. And she's got all of her nails done and her purse lips. She's just really nice shape. The inside of her, not really anything going on in there. I'm not sure. I don't think that a plant was ever in there. I can't get down in there to clean, unfortunately. So there's a little bit of dust way at the bottom, but otherwise she's very nice shaped. She does measure 3.5 by 2 1/4. So she's 3.5 tall. She's just a bitty gal. All right. Renee is okay, is in at 22. So we're looking for 23 or more. And let's count her down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid it. Wendy, are you and Janine talking about cheese curds?
Oh, man, I gotta have these someday. The ones from Elkhorn someday.
All right, Robin, I see you're just in case.
I like the minty green on her.
I do too. I really liked her. All right, there is that bid end. All right, so with Robin's just in case over Renee's 22, Robin, it is yours for 23. Thank you so very much.
All right, Amy, $22. $22, and I did not preview this because I didn't have the room in my preview, and this checks off 3 boxes. Do you like ladybugs? Do you like kitsch? And do you like the 1980s? Because I think this is a one-of-a-kind from the 1980s, and we'll start off. So it's this child-size quilt. Amy, remember I showed this to you? I forgot.
Yes.
So it is this, and it's a nice thick.
I love the one with the boom box. Like That's
this is fun. It's clean with no stains, and then in each little circle we have a little ladybug doing something fun. Okay, so it is like a child's little coverlet, a child's blanket. The center one here, when I'll show you in a minute, you're gonna have to get it to relax a little bit. I had it folded so it curled a little bit, but once you lay it down and relax it, I think it'll be just fine. So I don't know if this was a kit or if this was somebody's creation. So I'll hold it up here, and before I show it to you up close, it's going to measure 25.5 across, and then at the longest point, it's coming in at 38 inches. So in each one of these little spotlights, let's start out with this one. We have the Jukin' and Jivin' little ladybug with the little boom box, and most of this is stitched in. It's kind of like they created their own patches, and then they stitched them in. So it's like a thicker material. And I could not find any examples of this anywhere. And then they stitched in each little round circle. And then the pattern is this fun little, this always reminds me of strawberries in the 1980s. It's this fun, tiny little polka dot repeating pattern. So the first little one on there is your fun Jukin' and Jivin' little ladybug, probably dancing to Madonna or, I don't know, Wham, something like that. Then you have this fun one here. And what's this one doing? I think she's just, I think she has a little blanket and she's knitting. I think she's knitting herself a little blanket right there. Again, I think these are really, really cute, something different, especially if you guys love ladybugs. This one here in the center, like I said, this one's taking a nap and the wings and things have curled a little bit. So you're going to have to just have it relax. Once you get it and you don't have it folded, these will relax. So this cute little ladybug is just sleeping on a flower. So those are little flower petals.
This is cute overload.
It is. So you guys can see all the fun different colors. Maybe you have a little one on the way. You know somebody. Someone that collects ladybugs. Truth be told, I don't find a lot of ladybug stuff. So now you have this one. She's a little Sophia there with her purse. She's clutching her purse in her hands. She has all these fun little tulip flowers around here. And again, these are a little textured. They're a little textured, and they're like little patches that are on. So they'll show you the last one right here. We have this little ladybug here. This one is kind of in, I think it's in its little high chair, and it's playing a little drum.
It's a baby ladybug.
He's eating. So this little guy's eating. So I just thought this was really different and fun. And then here's the back. It actually is insulated just a little bit. It's a nice, thick, high quality blanket. It's like a little coverlet for our little youngster. So the measurements again, I think it's one of a kind. The measurements again are 25.5 by 38. I think that's my favorite part, especially if you guys know someone that's into music or into radios. And then I'll show you very quickly again. We have this one right here. I think, oh, that one's reading, Jason. That one's reading. And look at the blue eyes. So kitschy, so fun with those fun antennas on there. So that one's reading. This one down here in the center. And again, this will relax. I just had it folded, so they curled over a little bit, so they will relax. So this one here is just sleeping, nodding off on a little flower. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Janine. And you're right. Buzz, Steel. And that one there is just eating. And this one over here is just hanging out with her purse in the little tulip flower garden. I'm not seeing any interest. I thought it was fun. I thought it was neat. Very 1980s, very summer.
Perfect little picnic.
Absolutely. You guys could use this, put this maybe over the back of a chair and use it. Maybe you know someone that collects ladybugs. I just think it's really, really neat and something that's different. And I actually think it's one of a kind. I do not think that I don't think this was mass produced. I think this was somebody's creation. Somebody put a lot of work into that. But we're not going to hold it up. We'll sit it to the side, and we'll bring it back for the recap. But it was $22 if anybody was interested. Okay. All right, Miss Amy.
Yeah, I think somebody spent a long time making that, too.
I think they did, too.
Okay, I do have some tiny things tonight, so I did snap some photos because I know how my camera is, that it probably wasn't going to focus. So my next round is going to be a choice, starting at 18. So first I'll try and show them, but I know that I'm going to have to use the pictures anyway. So I have a choice between Victorian mourning brooches, and these are photo brooches. And so I have two of them. All right, this is the first one. And this one has a really ornate little frame here, kind of a darker metal. And then there is a boy featured in this one. And it is a photo button. It does have a very simple C clasp on there, and the hinge and everything is in good working condition. All right, and I will show the photos of these in a moment. I just wanted to show them first off, and then I will show you the close-ups, okay? So the next one here is more of a goldy tone, more of a gold tone, and I already see that my camera doesn't want to focus. This one's also very ornate. It features a girl on this one, and you can see how long that pin back extends past the C clasp on that one. Look how far that goes. So be careful with these. All right, Robin, I see you, and Dusty and Renee. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my photographs that I have of these. All right, so we'll pop the boy up there first. So there is the boy. You can see he's like in a collared shirt, and the frame is super ornate. I think that one is like brass, if I had to guess. These are late 1800s mourning brooches, okay? And the girl here, now you can see same kind of style with the frame on that one, a little girl in a hat, and now you can really see that pin back extending past the clasp. I don't ever see these, so I had to get these when I saw them, because I just don't see these. I do not ever see these. And they're both in really good condition. Both of them, the metal, there's no missing pieces or anything like that. Both of the clasps are functioning there as well. Okay, so I'm going to take those photos down. We'll get caught up in the chat. All right, I see Delights of Mine. Thank you so much. So this one is for choice. And they do both actually measure because of the filigree work on the metal. They both end up measuring around the same. All right, so they are 1 1/4 inches in diameter. They both kind of measure the same there. These are very hard to show because they're so small. And yeah, that is like the size that we're talking about. Okay, they're very small. Like more, if you think like a locket, that's more of the size. Okay, there were lots of different sizes of mourning brooches. But these are very tiny. I think the smallest ones that I have ever seen. Okay, Delights of Mine, it's got high bid at 28. So we're looking for 29 or more on choice. And you can either do the girl in the goldy tone or the boy in the more of the brass finish. Okay, let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. All right, Renee, I see you just in case. I see Delights of Mine has a 36 in there. Miss Dusty Moose has a just in case of 57. Robin has a just in case of 62. And there is Karen's bid end. All right. So Miss Robin Watson over Dusty Moose is 57 for 58. Let me know if you want boy or girl. There's actually some more that this vendor had. They actually had more. I had a tough time trying to decide which ones, but I liked the frames the most on these two.
I never see these.
I've seen larger ones in like showcases and stuff, but not the little. Okay, Robin is going to take the boy. Okay, Robin's going to take that one. All right, so Dusty Moose, if you would like the girl, let me know. And if Dusty passes, it is going to go to Delights of Mine and then to Renee. And I can just watch the chat. Thank you all so much.
All right, Dusty's taking it, Amy.
All right, you got it. Thank you.
$20, and it's been a while since I've had any of these, and Tina got these the other week from an estate. So these are fun, kitschy shakers. These are the big eyelash pigs. A lot of times you see us show you the cats and things like that, but these are a set of fun pig shakers. I haven't had any of these in a long time. So They are bubblegum pink. They're in really, really good condition. You know, these are airbrushed and they are like completely cold paint. So they can have a little bit of paint wear. You can see there's a little speck up there in the ear of the pepper, but no breaks, no major issues. And what I love about these is they have these fun black flowers painted here on the back, and they have some gold details. So this one is your 3-hole. It has its original stopper down here on the bottom. And again, these are pretty iconic in the kitsch world and super collectible. Look how fun that is. How can you have a bad day with that?
Those are the cutest pigs I've ever seen.
That pig snout just right there at you with the S on it. So no chips or cracks, in very good condition. A lot of times these were stamped in black on the bottom, Japan. I don't think that these are anywhere. That do this faintly right there. That's what I'm speaking of. So it's faintly, just a little bit of Japan right there by the leg. There you go. You can just see it at focus. So they are stamped Japan. So here is your little pepper. He is in very good condition with no chips or cracks. So just $20. Again, these used to bring, my God, 60, 80 bucks. I mean, on the eBay, in the shops, I don't see them ever anymore. And, you know, we've had, Amie, have you had cats at all recently like this with the big eyes?
I have. I think last year. Yeah. I think I had the cats like that.
Look at the little piggy tail right there on the back. And then this one also has the detail.
I love the black flowers. That's different. I've not seen any like that.
I don't know if somebody did that after the fact. Now, I've had them with the P painted on them like that in the front, but I don't know if somebody did that after the fact. But this is how we found them, and I'm kind of here for it. So there's a little bit of wear right there. A lot of times they came from the factory with this wear, and then it has the original stopper there on the bottom as well. And like I said, it's marked Japan. So $20 on the shakers if anybody's interested. They measure 2.5 inches tall. So they're itty bitty, 2.5 inches tall, and they're about 2 3/4 inches wide. So pretty iconic kitsch. These are pretty popular in the kitsch world. And they don't have any repairs or damage. Now, some of the where you might see here on the back, I didn't want to give them a good scrubbing. That's the way Tina's had the cats before, and we've had some of the wear on it like that. I don't want to lift any of the paint, so I left them the way we found them. But I think they display beautifully. And that one, again, is your little salt. Super cute. Again, little pig butt, little pigtail there on the back. Looks like underneath the ring light, there is a little bit of paint wear right there underneath the tail. And again, they measure 2.5 by just about 2 3/4. So again, super fun, just $20. But we will bring them back for the recap, and I'll sit them down and we'll move it back over to Amie.
Okay. I love those pigs. I think there's banks. There's banks.
There's oh my gosh. We had a stacking set of pigs.
There's a leg.
All right. Well, thank you, Cindy. We had a set of pigs that are on top of each other. It says like vacation fund and all sorts of different things. So there's a whole bunch of series that they did with these, with the airbrushing. And you can see, I didn't really mention the ombre. You can see the difference of the darker pink on the bottom and the lighter pink on the top. So let's count them down, 21 or more. Thank you, Cindy. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I agree, Cindy. They get me every single time. And these are getting super hard to find. They, like I said, they have the cats. Usually they're the cats leaning into each other. The chain families. But these are fun. They came in other colors too. So there's the bid end. Well, Miss Cindy, thank you so much. They're coming to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cindy. Yes, I think I've had a set of those in yellow. I want to say they were yellow.
Yeah, they did a bunch of pastel
they
colors.
Did like lots of, it's in like pearly. It's like that pearly.
Yes.
Finish.
Yep.
Okay. I have actually 2 sets of these tonight, but we're going to do the smaller set first. Okay. These are the, well, we love a good box. All right. So great box on this. And these are Empress Japan. There's a sticker on the bottom of this, which is interesting. I have not known Empress to make these, so this is new to me. Unless that sticker came off from something else. But I actually think that probably that sticker came from something else and just got stuck to the bottom, because I have not known Empress to make something like this. These are much older than Empress Japan would have made things. These are made in Japan, little Bisque dollies. I mean, I usually see that Empress sticker on ceramic and salt and pepper shakers and figurines and that sort of thing. But I don't know. Maybe it just came off of something that got stuck on the bottom. And I'm not sure, but it is on there. So I just wanted to note that. But we've got 5 little Bisque babes in their box. And they're all in pretty good condition. I like that. Usually I don't find them in the boxes very often. And usually if I do, that just means that they were well protected. So there's not going to be a whole lot of paint wear on these. And I don't know if they've ever come out of their box. I'm not quite sure. But here is dolly number 1. And they do have some brightly colored paint. All right. So she's in her little pink hat. And I do believe that it's the pink. I think it's the pink paint. Yeah. It's the pink paint that's like will react to UV light for whatever reason. Actually, where I bought these, the guy that was opening the case to get these out, he was shining like for some glass for somebody else a case down, and I said, "Hey, pop your light on these. You'd be surprised." And he did not know that that they would glow under UV light. But so then there's a little boy with a book. I know these are, I should have taken a picture of these too. Then the middle one is a little girl. I think she's holding on to a dolly here in the center. Then we have a little boy in his green pants and his little sailboat. And this was the last one I didn't show. A little red skirt with her. So there's actually 2 kind of very similar ones holding on to roses. But the difference is this one's got a hat on. All right. So all really good shape on these guys in here. I love these tiny little Bisque babes, especially if they have their box. All right, so measurement real quick. I did want to tell you that the box measures 4.5 by 2.5, and each of the babies in there is 2 1/4. Okay, so let me get caught up on the chat here. It looks like Helen's in at 30. Teresa's in at 32. So we are looking for 33 or more on the little box babes. Okay. But that Empress sticker, I don't think it belongs there, to be honest with you. Okay. Let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. All right, Renee, I see you 35. Thank you so much.
It's an instant collection.
And these are usually from the late 30s, early 40s, so that's why I don't think that that Empress Japan sticker belongs there. Okay. I am seeing those just in cases in there, and there is the bid end from Karen. All right, so Helen did have a just in case of 48. Phil had a just in case of 50. Dusty Moose got in there with a just in case of 68. So they are, Dusty, they're yours for 51. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $20. We're going to jump ahead 30 years from that Bisque ceramic to some California Bisque ceramic. And I have never had the pleasure of having one of these large Rose Lane jewel-eyed kitty cats. This guy is big. He measures about 6 1/4 inches tall and 5 inches wide. If you guys know this company and these figurines, these are very collectible. This one is marked on the bottom with the C and the USA. There you can see. And at some point, he was $2.25. I wish I didn't pay $2.25 for him. But it's a company called Rose Lane. They made all sorts of different figurines with these rhinestone eyes. And I love the Siamese cats the most because of the color they use on these. He kind of looks a little angry, Wendy, but I think that's part of the mid-century charm of these. But the color of the bisque is actually like the true color of a Siamese cat. So it's this creamy tan. And again, his eyes are fantastic. He has those rhinestone eyes. They are original. And he is a nice big figurine. So these are very collectible. Folks love them. I've had elephants. I've had, oh my gosh, I've run the gamut. Dogs. Owls were some of my favorite in the past. So if you start with this guy, you'll be able to find other ones to collect. They made one. He has like a counterpart that's large like him, and he's sort of sitting. So kind of sitting, kind of standing. This guy's kind of hunkered down, ready to pounce. And look at the way they created the paws. They're kind of curled over each other like that. I just think it's fantastic. And again,
you
these
always seem to find these. I very rarely see these.
Amie, it's just luck. I go through these droughts where I don't find them at all. You know, it's got to be one of those things where I think they kind of imported them here from California and the folks kind of love them. And if you like this one, in a few rounds, I have taller ones that I'll be doing choice on. So if you like those, they came from the same exact estate. And what I do love about this is that if these get dirty, you hit them with a magic eraser and they clean right up. So no chips or cracks. So let me call out the bids. Carrie, thank you so much. I see you're 20. Teresa was in at 20. Carrie's back at 21. So we're looking for 22 or more. I'll give you the measurements again one more time. It is 6 1/4 inches tall, 6 1/4, and he's 5 inches. So like he is a large. For these, this is big. For these figurines, this is probably one of the large. This is probably the second or the largest that you'll find when it comes to these figurines. So let's do a countdown. We're looking for 22 or more. And if you're an active bidder, you can use it just in case. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I think one of the only ones we've ever kept is we have a fish. So they made almost any kind of animal you can imagine. And some of the more obscure animals are a little tougher to find. But these cats like this one, this is the first time I've ever had this big fella here. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much, Karen G. And it looks like it's going. Didn't need your just in case. Carrie, he's coming to you. Some kitsch-tastic mid-century. Thank you so much.
I love those. Do you have another one?
I do. I have choice on a different version, but
I was going to say, I thought you had more in your preview.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Okay, this is cool. I've had this tin before. I think I had it last year in the fall, or maybe it was a couple years ago. But I love this tin, and this is it's a little special, and I'll show you why in a second. So it is. This was a vintage powder tin from Beauty Box. Okay. And on the cover here, so the can itself, and these are typical for these. They usually have some wear on it. This is actually nicer condition than the other one that I had previous to this one. So depicted on the front is a gorgeous illustration of Miss Gloria Swanson. And Henry Clive is the artist for this. All right, Dusty, I see it. Thank you so much. So it is signed by, it has Henry Clive's little signature right here, and it also says Gloria Swanson. Okay, so now it's focused. So you can really see the detail in this. It is absolutely stunning, especially if you like these kind of illustrations of beautiful ladies from the 20s. But what is also cool, on the inside of the tin, there is this kind of, I don't know how to describe that, like patterning going on, but this is how I found it. Okay, so here's the inside of the tin. All right, so it is nice and clean in there, not very much patina going on. There's an article in here, and I didn't know that this was in here, but it does have, and this is from this article is from Monday, April 4th, 1983. So it is 42 years old, this article, but it does have a little newspaper clipping when Gloria Swanson passed away that was tucked in there but she was a very early film star. So this was her in her heyday, and then that little article is kind of in there, so you can read about her too. So I really like that. This tin measures 4 inches in diameter. Okay.
Amie, were those webs on the inside too? Did that was there like web? Like I saw lines on the inside of the tin.
It's got this kind of like orangey, not quite how it is on the front, but it does have like this kind of orangey.
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of tropical. I'm not sure how to describe. I don't remember the other tin that I have having this on the inside of it, but it's very cool. It was unexpected when I opened it. So there's just, some paint scratching on it, not any major denting or anything to the tin. And it looks just really cool on display, especially if you have some of the like fans that feature ladies like this on there. They just look really, really cool. I don't know. I love this kind of stuff. I just don't see it very often. So, all right, let's count her down. Phil's in at 25, so we're looking for 26 or more on the Gloria Swanson tin. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Gavin, you're right. When you're leafing through stuff, like he had said in records, sometimes people they stuff things in records.
I have found things in record sleeves too. That's really interesting.
Fun. It's fun.
Unexpected surprises.
Yep. Even in books when you find it.
I have found money.
Yes.
In old books before. Yep. All right, there's Karen's bid end. Thank you so much. All right, so Phil had a just in case of 30. Miss Dusty Moose had a just in case of 54. So Moose, it's coming to you for 31. Thank you so much.
All right, Amie, $20 choice, and I didn't preview these. So, it's been a hot minute since I've been able to offer these in a live. So we'll see if anybody wants them. It's going to be choice on dollar horses.
Horses.
I have choice. They look similar, but they are a little different because we have one with red on red details, and we have one that is red with blue details. So one has its original sticker from Sweden. The other one has remnants of where it was. So $20 choice. It's hard for me to tell you exactly how old these are. They made these for a long, long time. I do believe these are a little bit on the older side, maybe 80s era, I think. So $20, maybe somebody loves folk art and they love themselves some dollar horses. I know that Kim has a big collection. Desert Gal, she collects them. So I just thought I might offer them tonight and see if anybody wants them. So they're in very good condition with no chips or cracks. You can see this guy here has remnants of where the sticker was there on the belly of the horse. The story of the dollar horse, it's very iconic. With Sweden, the lumberjacks used to go out. They didn't have money to, give their children toys, and they used to whittle these. And then all of the different paint colors are very significant to Sweden. And there's a deeper story to that. But with that, then the lumberjacks used to whittle these for tourists. And that's how they started to come over to the different countries, including come home to the United States. So they're supposed to bring you good luck, and I really, really think they're fun. And this is a pretty traditional color, the red. If you find some of the other colored ones, like if you find one that's blue with any other details, they're even harder to find. We were down at a shop in Cape May. They have some that are in pastel, so you can get them now more modern day. That instead of red, you can get them in like pink, turquoise, all sorts of different colors. And they were like $60 to $80 each, brand new.
I never see these either.
But no. You just don't. And they are fun if you guys are into vintage, if you're into things that are folk art, they're fun to add into that. Great for your mid-century. And they're even kind of kitschy. They're kind of folk art kitschy, but they're kitschy. So I can't tell you all the significance, but all of those different designs mean something. So I see you, Kim. Thank you for your 20. This one we're going to call blue because as you can see here on his main area and down here in the saddle part, there are the blue details. Both horses measure 6.5 inches tall by 6 inches wide. So there's that one. And then this one is the one with the red detail. So where the other one had all of the great blue here, up here in the mane, and then around the saddle, they don't look like...
They don't look so whittle.
They don't. No, they are. They're a nice size. So like I said, John, they are 6.5 by 6. So no chips or cracks. And each one of these is hand painted. So each one of them is a little different. No two are exactly the same. This one still has its original sticker down here on the bottom. Janet, thank you. I see you're 21. So we're looking for 22 or more. Again, these aren't too easy to find in some places of the country. I think if you go to some areas where, Scandinavian folks have settled, some folks that are from Sweden, maybe they're a little more prevalent, but I don't see them nearly that much. So let's do a countdown. Kim's back in at 22. We're looking for 23 or more, and we'll call this one red because of the red. I know the horse is red, but the red details here, okay? And then this one we're going to call blue because this one has the blue detail. So if you put in a bid, you can use it just in case. So let's count them down. 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Being here, in Dutch country and so many folks from Germany, that part of the country, it doesn't surprise me that we find these a little more because of folks going to that region of the world, and heading over into like Sweden,
Right.
Same kind of area. So there is there's the bid end. Thank you so much. There's the bid end. So Janet, you got in with a straight bid of 25 right before Kim's, just in case.
Yep.
So Janet, you get first choice. Were you interested in the red one? And again, it's just the red up here on top. Or are you interested in the blue one? And of course, you can take both if you want. And then, Kim, you'll have backup at 25. So, Janet, let me know, did you want the blue one or the red one? You got the blue one. Thank you so much. So, Kim, were you interested in the red one? Kim, just let me know if you were interested in the red one, and I can watch the chat, and we'll keep it moving, Amy. Thank you, ladies, so much.
All right. Congratulations. Yeah, man.
You got it, Kim.
She wants it.
Thank you so much, Kim.
Yay. I have was it last year, Kim, that you sent in your curio cabinet where you have yours on display? I think it was last year. And I have looked, I look all the time for those, and I have never even run across one. Not ever. Okay. I have a choice round for my next round. And I also haven't had one, let alone two of these in a very long time. These are getting harder and harder to find. And I have two to choose from tonight. And I absolutely love these. I love everything about these. So these are called the Fairy Flower Dancers. And these are made by Acme Japan. They do both have stamping. Acme China, made in Japan, down there at the bottom. And what I can tell you about these, there is a whole series, and if you can see their dresses, they are flower petals. All right, there's a whole series of the fairy dancers in flower petals. There's also another coordinating series called the Leaf Dancers, and then all of their little clothing is made out of leaves. And both of these are the flowers. I have had some of the leaves. I've had some of the other flowers before. And I don't know if I've ever run across either one of these two before. I cannot quite remember. I think that there's 8. I think there's 8 different ones per series for the leaves and the flowers. But I have 2 tonight. So I'm going to set these down and show you each one individually. There's no chips or repairs on either one. Okay, they're both in really good condition. These do date to the 1940s. That's when they came out. So if you're familiar with the pixie bugs that are riding on the stag beetle and the frog and that sort of thing, same era as those guys, or the little bugs that are on the tree stumps and the planters, same kind of deal. So really highly detailed for both of these here. So this is the pink one. And I think that these are supposed to be like peony kind of flowers, although I'm not really sure. entirely. But no cold paint on these guys. They're all fired on there, so you don't have to worry about that. And we'll turn her to the back. All right, there she is on the back.
She's doing the dance of the flowers, Amy.
Yes,
She's doing
yes,
the dance
exactly.
of the flowers.
Exactly. The waltz of the flowers, like if you know that, like from Christmas time, that's exactly what plays in my mind anytime I see these. And then this one is dressed in green. I'm not sure what kind of flower she is supposed to be, but she's kind of posing there, leaning back and taking a break. Also, no chips or repairs on this one. And there is the bottom of her. Okay, so the pink one is a little larger. She comes in about 4 3/4 inches tall, and the one that is sitting is around 3 inches, but then about 3.5 inches long. Okay, so Dusty, I see you at choice. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 31 or more on choice, and let's count them down: 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Again, I never have the opportunity to buy these. Even the butterfly pixies I have later. It's the first time I've ever had
Well,
that.
your pixies are also like same, like,
yeah.
I think a lot of the manufacturers, they were feeling all the same kind of things. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Dusty, let me know if you want pink or green. Pink or green, and I can just watch the chat, and we will get Jason going. Thank you so much. Oh, Dusty already knows. She wants them both. You got it. Thank you so much.
All right. $40, and you're going to get them both. I'm not going to separate them. I think they've been together for a long time, so you're going to get them both for $40. Now, when it comes to Disney, these are very collectible. These are some of the earliest little Bisque Disney figurines that I think that you can get. When I was doing some research, this Mickey alone can sometimes bring $70 just by itself. So these are Bisque. There's some really cool features about both of them, and I'll show them to you here as we go along. But they are like penny doll material. They are Bisque. They are made in Japan. And I learned something that the earlier Disney, they call these the pie eyes. We always called them moon style eyes, but they refer to these as the pie eyes, which makes them older and more collectible. So this guy even has his original paper sticker on the bottom. If I can get it to focus on it, it says Mickey Mouse, and then it says that it was made for Walt E. Disney. So Walt E. Disney on there. Okay, so that's really, really a selling point.
That's an old way of
really old. Now, I don't know if the light's going to catch it, so I'll hold it sideways here. It's embossed Mickey Mouse here on the front. Then on the back, on his butt, it says Walt E. Disney. So it's the same, and that's early the way that was written. And then he is made in Japan. So, and a lot of times with these Bisque figurines, paint can get worn off. I have to tell you, these are some of the cleanest, nicest versions of Bisque figurines that I have had in a while. So they both measure 4.5 inches tall. So here is Mickey. So you're getting him, and then you're also going to get Minnie. I could not find any versions of Minnie right now online. Not saying it's rare, just saying that if you were looking to find a Minnie, you can't find any right now. I love the 1930s, like silver and gold on his hat and silver on hers. She has her little umbrella. She does not have that sticker on the bottom, but she also says made in Japan here on the back. She also says Walter E. Disney on the front. And if you can see with the light hits it, it says Minnie Mouse here on the front. So these were early like figurines that were, sold to, promote Walt Disney. These are some of the earlier collectibles. And again, they don't come around that often. And I'm just excited to have them in this kind of condition. I feel like somebody kind of got them in the 1930s, kept them together and put them away, because that white, I didn't have to clean them at all. And the fact that he has his paper label,
the condition they're in,
they're just as good as the dolls you had tonight, Amy, in the box. So You can kind of tell that I don't think they've ever been abused or played with. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Thank you, Kathy. I see you at 40. So we're looking for 41 or more. And again, these are from the 1930s. They are Bisque. They are of the era of the anything that is stamped Walt E. Disney, which I think is prior to Disney Productions, all those other terms that we help date. And they're in great condition. So 41 or more, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Oh, Brenda, that's so fun. I'll have to look into that. She said the History Channel has a great series called How Disney Built America. They talk about how they started.
I saw that. I saw that. It looked interesting to me, but I wanted to watch it.
I'm going to have to pull that up when I get a chance and watch it. So there's the bid end. Kathy, they're coming to you. Thank you so much and congratulations. Thank you.
Congrats.
I think they're
very
fun.
Cool. You've got some really awesome Disney stuff.
I search to find it, and I'm very particular. It's got to be rare and in good condition.
Okay. All right. We're going to do my bigger box of Bisque babies next. These are equally as cool as the small ones, but these are much, much larger. These are going to start at $40. And there is a little wear, FYI, to the corner of the lid of the box. But look at these crazy swirlies that are on the box. Very cool. And just stamped made in Japan on the bottom of the box. Now this box is 8.5 by 4. All right. So as you can imagine, the dollies in here are much larger. All right. So we'll open them up, and there's 6 in this one. All right. And again, really nice condition. I have picked up individual dollies like this before, and they were played with, so there was wear to the paint. I just don't know if these have ever come out of their box. They're just spectacular shape. No damage or repairs or anything with any of them. They're just very nice. Yes, Twilight Zone swirlies. That's a good way to put it. So they are all stamped made in Japan here on the back. I'll take these out and show them to you one by one. Hopefully these will focus a little bit better than the little ones. Each of the dollies in here are 3 3/4 inches tall. Okay, so we got little girly here with her pink hat. Then we have little, kind of looks like a little sailor boy. He's got little black hat and blue pants on. There are some bubbles, like when they applied this paint very crudely, bubbles got trapped in there. So that's kind of like those little spots that you're seeing are just popped bubbles when they applied the paint. And the one in the next one, little girly here, I think, little girly. I think that's supposed to be a little broom that she's holding onto. Really nice on her. And then this one I think is my favorite out of the bunch, with her little pigtails and her bows, and she's holding on to a little puppy dog. Cute. And this next one, she has a bow in her hair, and she's holding on to, I think, a little doll that she has nestled in her arm. And then the last one is a little boy with the yellow hat here and blue pants. Okay, so all really nice shape on there. And I love bonus that they have the box. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. Phil, I see you right now have the high bid at 45. So we're looking for 46 or more. Don't forget, if you got a bid in there, you're welcome to put in a just in case during the countdown, but do not wait too long to put it in there. All right, we don't want anybody coming in after the bid end. All right, so let's count it down, looking for 46 or more on the set of Bisque Babes. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And just that little hole there on the box lid.
I agree, Kim. I love that Art Deco style box.
You too. Okay. I see Renee's got it just in case of 65. Helen got it just in case of 68 in there right before Karen's bid end. All right. So Miss Helen Casey, congratulations. They are yours for 66. Thank you so much.
All right. Like I said, I've never had these before, and I'm going to start them at just $20 choice. They're in very good condition. They are these. I've seen them called a lot of different names. Okay. Some people call them pixies. Some people call them little fairies. I like to also think that they're little butterfly children. I see that
I've
they're,
always called them the butterfly babies.
yeah. See, I
Like
always,
the butterfly baby pixies. That's what I usually
a
call
lot,
them.
a lot of folks were saying fairies. I can see that, but then I don't see any antennas. But nonetheless, I was really excited because I have seen Amie sell them before and some other
These are
folks have them.
spectacular. I love these.
I was really excited. And truth be told, I've been able to see them in the past once or twice, but I could never afford them to bring them to a live sale. So I actually found them that I can start them and sell them on a live. So they're $20 choice. They are stamped Japan, no chips or damage, and they're made by a company. And hopefully, I don't butcher the word. It is Maruri.
Maruri. Yeah, it's very hard to say. Maruri.
It sounds like an old V8 trying to start on a cold day.
Yeah.
Maruri. So they're
Yeah.
Maruri. So, and they're kind of have a secret to tell you. So they're like, shh, don't tell anybody. We don't know if we're pixies. We don't know if we're fairies or if we're butterflies. So $20 choice. They're in very good condition. You have the pink one you can choose from. So here she is again. This one is not only bisque, but they're kind of glazed as well. So you can see the top has a little bit of glaze to it, but they are mainly bisque figurines. Cute little adorable child with butterfly wings. I just think these are really fun. I was really excited to find these. And then there is what the stamp looks like on the bottom. So if it was focused there for a minute. So thank you, Karen. I see you in at 20. Janet's in at 20. So we're looking for 21 or more. So this one, and this is the way I found them. I didn't do any cleaning to them. I just think they're really, really fun. Look at all the great details here on the wings. Thank you, Dusty. I see you in at 21. So we'll just call them by the color. So it's getting washed out. In person, it's a little darker, but we'll call this one pink, okay? They both measure about 3¼ inches tall by about 2 inches wide. So no chips or cracks. Trina's in at 23. Thank you so much. And then this one is the other little counterpart. Shh, don't tell anybody. I have a secret. She is the one that is in green. Again, the wings have great detail. It's weird. You can tell there's a glaze here on the top, but then as you go down the figurine, it's definitely a bisque. So there she is. And again, no chips or cracks. And that's her stamp there on the bottom. So both of them are stamped. And she's the same exact size as the pink one. Again, 3¼ inches tall and about 2 inches wide. And I was just excited. Like I said, I have seen these a couple times, but they're in antique malls, and I could never afford them to bring them to a live. And when I saw them, I was like, today's my day. I get to do it. I get to be like the cool kids and sell a fun set of these little butterfly children. Or they could be fairies, or they could be pixies. So we're in
I
it.
think that there's six different poses for those.
Okay, so then these are two that are in the same pose, just different colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, and I kind of think they're fun because they kind of look like they could be sisters, little brothers, whatever you want them to be. And the green one has like a little, like a yellowy tan foot, and then the pink one has like a darker green foot. So, all right, we're in at 23, and it's on choice on either the pink one or the green one. And we are doing just in case for active bidders. So we'll count it down: 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. We're looking for 24 more. The bid end from Kim. And I didn't mention the pink one has a green little cap. And then the green one has like a little lavender sort of purple style hat or hood or whatever you want to call it. So thank you. I see everybody's bids. Linda, you are the first one in with a just in case. There's the bid end. Janet, I'm so sorry your 31 came in after the bid end. So let me sit these down because that came in all in a hurry. But Dusty, you had the highest just in case. So Dusty for 31 over Linda, you get first choice, Dusty. Let me know. Did you want the pink one or the green one? And that'll be 31 each. And then Linda.
And Linda, good to see you here. Thanks for coming over from Instagram.
Dusty, they're both yours. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
All right. Okay. They're Japan, Tracy.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have a couple books, older style books tonight. I'm going to start with this one tonight because it's the biggest. It's definitely the biggest. And this book I don't think I've ever brought this one to a sale. Jason might have brought a different variation of this one. Maybe
a long time ago.
That's what I thought. So this is the Sugar Plum Tree, and it's a collection of different poems and stories in here by Eugene Field. But all the illustrations in here are by Fern Bissell-Peet. I know the signature is probably not going to come across, but right in there. So Fern Bissell-Peet, if you've seen me bring those children's magazines for Halloween with the witches, she does those illustrations. I love her illustration style. And I don't think I've ever had one of these books at a sale. Now, I will say there's a few loose pages in here, and there's some wear to the binding. All right. This book is from 1930. All right. 1930 publication date on this one. They did reproduce it. It has a red cover, a little bit different imagery on the cover. This is the first edition of this. Okay. So the Sugar Plum Tree. I did mark a few pages in here to show. I'm not going to show everything in here, but I did want to show a few things. So here's the opening page. And there's different color illustrations in here, and there's also black and white. So it's a combination in here. This is Saffield Publishing, FYI, and here is the copyright 1930 right there. And here are the stories that are in here. The Sugar Plum Tree, Fairy and Child, The Naughty Doll, The Jewel, The Straw Parlor, Fiddle-dee-dee, The Dinky Bird, and Winkin' Blinkin' and Nod. Okay, so you can see that there is a combination of black and white as we go. And so it does say in the front here as well what the color illustrations are as you go through the book. But let's start with the first thing I have marked in here. The first thing I have marked is from the Sugar Plum Tree. All right, you can see that. I love that illustration style. It's very whimsical on the little birthday cake here. And I did mark some of the loose pages in here as well. Here's one of my favorites in here. Look at the moon, the big face in the moon, and then the little fairy child carrying the spider web there. Love that. That's from the fairy child. And then we've got, I think I had, the next one is a loose page. That's marked. Yes. So this color, you can see black and white and color for this one. This is from the Naughty Doll. This page here is loose, but it is still in there. So majority of the book is intact just fine. We got the Calico Cat, or the gingham dog and the Calico Cat. I love that story. We don't see that depicted very much, but that one is really cute. I've actually had that book on its own before from the same illustrator here. And there we've got the Dinky Bird. He's not too happy about it. I just want to show a couple more and then we will count it down. Deborah, I see you. Thank you so much. All right. And this one's also from the Dinky Bird here. Just very different illustration style. Look at this.
Definitely a bygone era.
It is cool. I love the peacock feathers in that one. And then we're getting into Winkin', Blinkin' and Nod. So there's the moon back again, and there they are cruising through the stars.
Folks' imaginations were so much better back then.
It was. And here's some more from Wink and Blinken for the color and the black and white. And I will leave the rest for the new owner to look at. And it's a big, heavy, thick book. All right, it does it does measure 10 1/4 by 12. Okay, and it is hardcover. All right, Deborah is in at 22. We're looking for 23 or more on the 1930 Sugar Plum Tree. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. So there is some wear to the binding. I did run across, actually, this person had a couple more of these books, and they were just completely falling apart because the binding was just destroyed on them.
That means they were enjoyed for a long, long time.
All right, there is that bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so MJ got a just in case in there. So did Deborah, but Dusty has a just in case of 40. So Dusty, it's yours for 29. Thank you so much.
All right, I have a choice round. They're similar but different, and they'll be $20 choice. I brought some glass, and I thought it went with what I was doing this evening. I think it kind of even pairs with Amy's, and it's going to be choice on Fenton butterflies, okay? So these actually serve a purpose, and if you guys don't know what the purpose is, I'll tell you what Fenton tells you that you can use them for. But they are in clear, and with them being in clear, you can see a lot of the details here on the butterfly. So the butterfly is actually landing here on the branch. They are marked Fenton, both of them right in here on the inside of the wing. There's a teeny tiny little 8 there on the inside. Now, they made this sculpt in many different colors, so you can collect the colorway if you want to. These were marketed as ring holders, okay? So you're supposed to use the center branch right here, and it's supposed to hold your rings. I mean, depending how thick your rings are, you could probably hold a couple rings there on that. Now, you could drape other things over the wings if you want to, but years ago, when I brought one of these to a live, I actually did some research, and Fenton in the book says that these were sold as paperweights, figurines, and also jewelry holders. So you're supposed to use that to hold your rings. So $20 choice. Like I said, they come in different colors. Let's see if it lights it up. If you guys have yourself a little color base, this is a black light. You can go ahead and light them up. I think it would look really, really fun.
Light base.
And they have tons of detail. They really, really, now I have sold these before in the milk glass and in some of the satin, and you don't get to see all the great details of the butterfly. So this is going to be your first one. Look at the repeating details down here on the bottom. You have all these gorgeous flowers. Down there on the bottom, you have some of the just plain old details on it and all the great details of the butterfly. Now, they didn't give the butterfly many details, no features like eyes or things like that, but this was supposed to be a utilitarian piece, and you were supposed to use it, to put rings on and things like that. So I have it in the clear, and I also have it in the frosted clear, which gives it a whole different take. Now you can really, really see those details with the frost. So it really comes out. So these make great gifts. These make great things to put in the window. And they're also fun to put on your nightstand. Like Amy was even saying with her jewelry casket, this would be fun if you put it maybe near the sink. You could pop your ring on it when you're washing dishes. Maybe you could put it next to the sink in the bathroom, pop your ring on it overnight, even over next to the nightstand. So there you get to see all the great details on the frosted one. And then look how that glows. Isn't that just amazing? Like if you guys have a little light box, that you could sit that on, I just think that's a fantastic glow. And now you get to see all those great details. So measurement on them, both of them are the same from the 1980s. They measure 4 3/4 inches tall, 4 3/4 inches tall, and then they measure about 3.5 inches across. So, and just $20 on both of them to start. So usually these sell for more than that. And they both have their Fenton label. I don't know if the one here with the frosted is going to show too well. See if we can show you there. You can see the circle, and it has a little teeny tiny 8 down there. in the 80s and the 90s, they put the little number in there so you could tell the difference in the years. So I'll just hold it up for another second. Again, imagine if you had like maybe a fun book, maybe you had, other pieces of butterfly ephemera, and then had this sitting in front of it. I think it would just bring it all three-dimensional. I have one of these, love it. Now, Steele, do you use yours as a figurine or do you use yours as a jewelry holder? So I know, Minx, I
like that you can put, rings on the like tree branch.
Right.
And then you can hang bracelets or whatever on them. They're multi-purpose. I like those.
Oh
yeah, you can put a tea
yes,
there.
you can. So, and I don't usually bring clear glass, but I love the fact that with the clear on these, they actually give you better details than if you find one in the milk glass or one of the other colors. Some of the details are lost on it, but took a chance. I'm still trying to offer up glass if anyone's interested in them, but we will sit them aside and bring them back for the recap. And I do have a few more rounds of glass tonight. Maybe I made a mistake.
Helen's in.
Helen, I see you in at 20. Thank you, Helen. And again, it's going to be on choice. There are no chips or cracks to them. Whatever you prefer, the frosted or the clear, or maybe you want to buy one and gift one. I just thought I like them. I think they're neat, and you can collect them in all different colors. So Robin's in at 21. Let's start a countdown. We're looking for 22 or more, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. Thank you, guys. I'm still trying to offer glass guys some diversity, so let's go ahead and count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. They both glow the same. Helen, I see you're 22, but on camera, I just think that's so fun. Like if I had a light box, I'd have that lit up and then I would be putting rings and things on it. And Robin, right before that bid end. Holy moly, internet. There's the bid end. So Robin, you get first choice at 23. We'll just say clear or frosted. And again, no chips or cracks, same mold, same era. They came from the same estate. So I don't know if the person, wanted one of each. And Helen, you will have backup. So Helen, you'll have backup. Trying to see. Can I see the clear lit? Yes, you can, Robin. Yes, you can. So there's the clear one lit.
That would be even pretty in a bathroom.
Absolutely.
Like if you had, and had it like a nightlight.
Absolutely. If you had one of those little light bases, and I'm trying to see here. Yeah, so I have that one sitting here. So Robin, let me know, did you want the clear one or did you want the frosted one? And again, no chips or cracks. All right, Robin, I got you for the clear one. So who was my backup? Helen, let me know. Did you want the frosted one? And when I bought them, I have another clear one. So Helen, if you wanted a clear one, I have another one in the same condition. If you wanted both, you can have a clear and a frosted, but it's up to you. So Helen, at your bid, I do have the frosted I showed you, and I have a duplicate clear one if you wanted just a plain clear one. So yes. Gosh, Helen, did you want them both at yes, or did you want another clear one at yes? Just confirm, Helen, in the chat. You're very welcome, Robin. Thank you. So Helen, let me know, did you want the clear one as well, or did you want the frosted? You wanted the frosted. All right. That one's yours. Thank you so much, Helen. Everybody wins.
Hey,
thank you so much.
Like that. All right. I have another tiny treasure for my next round. She's itty bitty. Look how cute.
Oh my God.
I love her. All right. And I have a picture. Don't you worry. Because I know that like me holding it up like this, you're not going to see her. All right. But before I put the picture up there, all right, she is German. All right. She's a tiny little wire jointed German doll. All right. She started at $16 because the wire has rusted. All right. So some of the wire has rusted, and the wiring on her leg joints has rusted through her clothing. All right. There's no repairs or chips to her. She's only 3 inches tall.
Itty bitty.
So cute. And I do have the photo. So here's the picture of her. Okay. And so I believe that she was probably a dollhouse doll. I've seen different variations of these at the doll shows. And so her little dress, I believe, it is completely stitched onto her. It cannot come off. But all of her arms and her legs are jointed, and but the metal armature that is holding them in place has rusted. Okay, and she's got a little wool felt flower and leaf applied on there. I think her dress is organza, and then underneath her dress she has little pantaloons that are stitched on her, painted on little shoes. I love her little page boy haircut. She's, besides the little rusting there, I think she's in really nice condition. All right, so Wendy, I see at 17. Thank you so much. Hello, Nikki. So let me take this picture down real quick. I'll put it back up there. I didn't take a picture of the back of her, but maybe my camera will cooperate a little bit. So here, excuse me, girl, we're going to peek under your tiny little dress. So there's her pantaloons, and they literally are just stitched on there. All right, so very highly detailed. And as far as German dolls go, typically they are pretty detailed. They didn't leave anything unknown, but there are her little jointed. I did not try and make her sit. I did find her this way. I didn't, but you can see right on the corner of the dress here. Maybe you can see it. So that rusting stain there and the one here is from the leg joint underneath. Okay, so a little bit rusty on her, but my goodness, I couldn't leave her. Couldn't leave her behind. She was like, please rescue me, please. So we'll put her back up there, the photo one more time. Again, there's no chipping that I can find on her, no repairs or anything like that. Besides the little rusting stains, I think she's in very good condition. Okay. And I believe that she is 30s, 40s date range. She might even be a little bit older than that as well. Okay.
Oh, good.
So let's count her down. Miss Gail is in at 18, so we're looking for 19 or more, and let's count me down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. In one of my preview photos, I had her like sitting with the little teddy bear. I just thought that was so cute that they looked cute together.
Those minis, the features are so accentuated that even the flowers are big as her head.
Yeah, I really like that little.
Yeah,
they didn't have to do that, but I like that they did the little flower on there. All right, Jamie, I see you right there before Karen's bid end. So Miss Jamie Grafton, she is yours for 20. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $20 choice. I was excited because I don't find them on the platform often. I have choice on some diamond pottery figurines of the Rempel squeaks. And these, they come in, of course, you can get them in the squeaks, and then you can get them in the planter. You can get them in the pottery, in the ceramics, in the planter, and then the figurine. And these are on the little platform. So 1940s diamond pottery. This guy, Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, he's Milky the cow, isn't he?
Yes.
He's Milky the cow. So he is Milky the cow, no condition issues whatsoever. And here, this guy is ready to go. He is your instant figurine, and he is already on his platform. So we'll spin him around for you. So I don't know. I know folks try to collect the series of these. I know some of them like them that they just sit independently. Some want the planters, some want the figurines like this. This guy measures 7 inches tall by 7 inches wide, and he is in very good condition, little to no crazing whatsoever. Amy, do you see the ones on the bases often at all? This is the first time.
I don't.
Like, I don't want to say it's rare, but this is the first time. The only other time I've had this guy, I had one personally in my collection years ago that I didn't know anything about.
I see the planters that are on the bases more often than I see the figurines on the bases.
And I was going to say my guy was the planter on a base like this. And I bought him actually when I was a teenager at the Goodwill, and we had him on top of our cupboards for years. when me and Tina first got together. So this will be your first choice at 20. Again, I don't know how hard these are to find. I just know I think at $20, that would be a good price for you guys to add him to your collection. So here's Milky. Then I do believe it's Frisky the horse, right? Frisky the horse.
Got it.
So we have Frisky the horse right here. He's in just as good of condition. Look how cute he is. They actually gave him some blue eyes. Now, when they actually painted it down here at the base, there's no damage. There's just like little pops. So there's little pops in the paint down here. Like they mass produce these and push these through sort of fast. So sometimes there are some factory flaws. So Cindy, I see you're 20. Thank you so much. And again, if you're collecting not only the squeaks, but the little independent figurines or the planters or the ones on the base, you know, you can get one of each. Mr. Frisky the horse here, he measures 8 inches tall. So 8 inches tall by 7 inches wide. So again, I'll just slow pan here so you guys can see how great he is. He's really, I think they're stately. And I do like them on the base because there's less chance of them getting wobbly. Some of the figurines in the past, they do sit nice, but these are going to sit very nice and sturdy. And they are heavy enough that if you were to buy both of them, you could, not a ton of books, not like your Encyclopedia Britannicas, but you could use these.
Oh, they would make really cute bookends.
They would make some neat bookends. That's why I brought them together, because I thought you could kind of use them as that. And they are heavy enough. They're going to hold light books, but they're going to look really, really nice. And they're really, really cute. So we're looking for 21 or more. And again, it's going to be choice on, we'll make it easy. Choice on the horse. So the horse, or it's going to be choice on the cow. No chips or cracks. A little condition factory flaws with the popping on the one side of Frisky here. So 21 or more, just in case for active bidders. Let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. There is those old grease pens on the bottom at 79 cents. Again, I didn't pay that, but that's probably what they were originally when folks bought them at the general store or wherever they purchased them at. So it'll be choice between cow or horse. There's the bid end. So Cindy Lou, are you adding to a collection? Did you want just cow? Oh, both.
Ooh,
all right.
Yay.
You do, Cindy. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Staying together. Woohoo. Okay. All right. This is a large item. I typically don't bring things this big, okay? But I don't see these tins. I've seen actually the store display version of this in a glass showcase at an antique mall somewhere in Illinois last year. So for me to be able to bring one of these is pretty amazing. So this is a soap box, if you're not familiar, and it is metal. All right, and it is from the Globe Soap Company. Let's see if we can get that to come in. It is stamped down here, the Globe Soap Co., Cincinnati, Ohio, here on the bottom. So as far as wear goes, it's pretty darn good. And I do believe that this tin dates to the late 20s, early 30s, and a little bit of rusting right here and right here. But overall, very good condition on it. I thought I would bring it and offer it tonight. It makes a fantastic riser. It makes a fantastic thing to store things in. It does have a little closure here in good working condition. The hinge is also really nice. Has this lovely patterning going on. So there's the inside. Not too bad. I would say typical for tins.
Amy,
just aware.
Amy, Phil wants
blue.
to know.
It's blue. So it's kind of like, what color do I want to call this? It's not navy blue, and it's not like royal blue or anything. It's kind of like a mixture of blue and green, like blue jean color green. Yes. Good old pair of Levi's. This particular tin does come also in red. All right, it also comes in red. And it's just, so this actually is called the Fairy Dancer tin. You can see the figures here dancing in the center, in a flower ring. All right. And then we've got all the pretty, flower details and the decal lines that go around the tin. And so the picture repeats on all of the sides, and not really any kind of denting. And this backside is just a hair brighter than the other sides there, but you can see it's just really nice condition, I would say, as far as tins
For its
go.
age, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's very nice condition. Most of the wear is on the cover, so the top of it is going to be where those little patina spots are, right in there, but that's pretty much it. I would say it's pretty awesome. I love this myself. Like, if I had room to do something with this, I would put it on display and cover it with fairies. That's probably what I would do with it. Measurement for it, it is 9.5 inches this way, 8.25 this way, and then about 5.5 inches tall. Okay, so it's a pretty hefty size box. There's actually larger ones. There's larger ones of this. There's also smaller tins with the same kind of design on it. Okay, so Miriam, I saw you at 40. Thanks for being here. Good to see you as well. Wendy, I see her 41. Tracy's at 42. Miriam's back in there with a 45, and Mr. Joe is in at 47. Thank you all so much. All right, I am going to count this down. Anybody that is bidding, welcome to put in that just in case if you would like. Tracy just got a 48 in there. All right, so we're looking for 49 or more, and let's count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
You just don't find these. These just are not around.
I got this at Elkhorn. I ran over to the booth. I was like, oh my God, that tin. I love this. It is from the Globe Soap Company. Globe Soap Company. There is a fairy soap company, not to be confused. But man, their boxes are awesome. They're wooden though. They're wooden with paper labels. Those are usually hundreds of dollars. So, all right. Right there at the bid end, Joe, unfortunately, your just in case of 70 did come in after the bid end. So it looks like Miriam had a just in case of 60, but Miss Wendy had a just in case of 61. So Wendy, it is yours for 61. It's coming back to Wisconsin. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Amy, $45, and I sold a piece of this a few years ago on a live.
Did you say 45? I'm sorry.
45. Nope, 45. And again, it's a piece of glass. It's Fenton, but I think this is probably my most favorite pattern to use in the summertime. So this is a green frosted compote. It is in the water lily pattern. You can see the great details. This is made after 1972. It is stamped Fenton, and this also has the original Fenton paper label on the inside. So it's in superb condition. $45 if anybody is interested. They made the water lily throughout the 70s into the early 1990s. This color is great if you're decorating with some of the things we're offering tonight, like some fairies, some gardening things. It's just a great summertime piece. So there you can see, I can't really move my hand, but I just want you guys to see how great that is. There's no damage to the finial, and that's actually the little flower that would be atop a lily pad right there. So here is the bottom of the compote. It continues down with some more lily pads. Oh, before I forget, these glow. And they glow like the dickens.
Yeah,
so
they do.
If you're looking for a piece of glass that you want that is going to glow, this is your uranium style glow by Fenton. See if you can just kind of tell right around the top of your screen there. That's the oval Fenton stamp. And then again, the lily pad continues to try and kind of trickle down the entire bottom of the compote. So they really made this lily pad complete. So there that is, and there are no chips here to the inside whatsoever. And this is a series that they made multiple pieces. Now, in my reel, I had it sitting in a ruffled bowl. That will be coming later. That also glows. But I kind of think that these compotes look fun in those ruffled bowls for a centerpiece. So if you have black lights and you guys want to have some glowing glass, this is really, I'm sure you can see it on your screen. Look, you can really see the details on those lily pads and the design coming through. And if you want to underlight it from the underside, it just glows all the way around. And this isn't even one of those powerful black lights. That's your traditional black light. If you just put this in your, display with a black light, you're going to get one heck of a glow all the way through. So Robin's in at 47. Thank you, Joe, for your bid. Let's go ahead and do the countdown. We are looking for 48 or more on the Fenton covered compote, covered candy dish, and it is in the water lily pattern. So 48 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Looking for 48 or more. The bid end from Karen G. Thank you so much, Karen, for being our bid ender, as always. And this is probably one of my favorite summertime patterns from Fenton. So let me sit it down so we don't damage it. I see Robin's just in case of 65. Joe has it just in case of 69. And there is our bid end. Robin, your 71 on both devices came in right after the bid end. I'm so sorry. But Joe, it's coming to you for $66. Thank you and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Fun piece. I love it.
Okay.
Thank you,
All
guys.
right. I'm gonna do another book. I'm gonna do my teddy bear book, and then I will probably do the teddy bear plush. Okay. This book is antique. It's from 1907. And it's pretty darn good shape for 1907. There are some loose things in here. Okay. FYI, there is one little loose thing that I noticed, and I don't know if that's going to come in, but do you see how the book is constructed? It's like stitched.
Yes.
And stitched down the side. This is very fun. Jason, did you have this book? Did you have something like this?
I had some that were like that, but I didn't have this one.
Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody bring this book before, but it is one of those, and I'm going to be delicate. There is some separation, although the bottom stitches are still hanging on there. All right. And I have run across this book before, but it was horrible shape, so I didn't actually purchase it. It's been some years since I've seen it. But you can see right in there, it says copyright 1907. They did reproduce this book lots of times, but this is the real one. All right, so it's my Fuzzy Wuzzy teddy bear. And when you open it up, it's one of those books that you can flip and change. All right, so we've got the little girl here on the seesaw, but you can see on the opposite page, the pages are split. So you can change over here. You can gently change, and you can make the bear have the girl body and the girl on the bear body, and so on and so forth. So there's splits here that you can change the scene or the outfits or the activity that they're doing as you go through the book. And now they're sitting at a table as we go along. Isn't that cool?
It's really
Has anybody seen this book before? Yes, I think it's pretty darn good for 118 years old. Yes, absolutely. Oh, there it went. So there was a loose page. It fell down right here. So this was where that loose spot was. It just fell. I'm not going to be able to get it right now, but I will get it and put it back in there. As far as I know, and there is some tape in here in a couple spots that whoever had it, they wanted to preserve it and keep it together. We've got painters painting pictures. We've got bear painting in a dress. It's fun. You can just flip it and change all of the different scenery. There's a seaside one here. Look at them playing at the beach.
Oh, I love that one.
I love that one too. And the little sailor, he's digging. To the seaside we go with shovels and pails. They take all their boats with rigging and sails. They build cities of rocks and of sand, find harbors where the ships can land. I really like that. I love a good rhymey book too. And as far as I know, the one piece that fell out was the only one that I saw in here. Here they're playing bubbles, playing golf. I'm going to flip to the next one here. And it looks like the last one here, the last little scene, they're in a canoe.
Love
It's
this.
so fun.
I love
And
it.
then we're playing baseball down here at the bottom. Who knew bears could play baseball?
I felt like I knew they could. I knew they could.
No, we always suspected it, but we're multifaceted.
Now
And then we just
know.
have the little back of the bear on the back of the book. Okay. So I think it's pretty darn good for being as old as it is. And let's count it down. Miss MJ's got I can't get that piece. I will get it. Is at 18. So we're looking for 19 or more. Let's count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
I mean, if you guys are into like teddy bears, this is a go along in your collection.
I remember I had a book like with the same kind of flipping scene things as a kid. It was one of my favorites to play. Change the heads and the outfits and all the things. All right, there is that bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. MJ, congratulations. It is yours. Thank you so much.
I love this piece. $30. And I was surprised how collectible these are. If we have any Disney lovers and if we have any Bambi lovers, this is from the 1940s. This is actually made by Goebel. So it's made by Goebel. I'll show that to you in a moment. And I just love this depiction of Bambi on there. There's absolutely no damage to those legs. And it is made of porcelain. And it has a matte style paint finish to it. So if we have any Bambi lovers in here or you love a good piece of Goebel, this is going to be the piece for you. And it's actually a bud vase. So it is a bud vase. There's no real issues to report on it whatsoever. And if you guys look these up online, I was amazed what folks are asking for them. So it is stamped DIS, which is part of their code for Disney. It has the earlier mark on the bottom of Germany on it. And then it has all those other sort of watermarks on the bottom that indicate that it's made by the Goebel company. So if you guys love Bambi or you guys love Disney, this is a nice early piece that you could add to your collection. It measures 5.5 inches tall. So it is 5.5 inches tall, and it measures about 3 inches wide at the widest part. So look at Bambi's cute little face. This is the Bambi. I mean, this is really, really neat. I mean, this is the earlier version of Bambi. Then it's like, a little different. Amy, have you ever seen one of these Bambi?
I have.
You don't have one in your...
I don't have any of the Goebel. No.
Okay.
I have found a couple of the Thumper and Bambi figurines that match this, but I've not seen the vase in person.
And he is in really, really great condition. And when I did some research online on these, like I said, $30 would be a great price for you guys to add one of these to your collection. They are very, very collectible. Now, you can do a deep dive to know they made these for a few years, so you can use some of those different marks to figure out exactly what year it was made. My best indicator is it's somewhere in the 40s, and I think with the number 40... This one has a 42. I feel like that they were made in 1942, okay? So that would be right around the beginning of the war, if that holds true. This is all research I got online. I was learning about this piece as I went. So, but again, to find some Goebel Disney pieces, they're just as collectible as the Mickey and Minnie that I showed you earlier. So no condition issues for me to report. I do believe that some of these German porcelain figurines are some of the best high-end kitsch. I think they did such a good job with it. And if you guys collect deer or Bambi or Disney, I think this is going to look great in your collection. For your fall decor, this little guy is going to look great in your fall displays. Again, down there, very, very clean. He measures one more time, 5.5 inches tall, and he is just about 3 inches at the widest point. And you would have to imagine that you'd find these with repaired legs. His legs are not repaired whatsoever. So I'm just going to give him another moment to shine, because I would hope that, some folks, I thought we had some Bambi or Disney collectors with us here tonight. And if you guys do a Google search or look up, you'll see what they usually bring. So we'll just show you here. There's no wear whatsoever. And this guy was not wrapped up in any newspaper. So there's not any discoloration to the porcelain whatsoever. Come on, camera, focus for me.
I much prefer these Goebel things as opposed to the Hummels.
I agree. I hold Hummels to my heart because my grandmother collected them, but some people don't care for them. But I do love me a good Hummel. So, Teresa, I see you're 30. We're looking for 31 or more. Let's go ahead and count it down. If anyone's interested, please put a bid in. We're looking for 31 or more. And this is from the 1940s. It is made by the Goebel Company, and it is trademarked, or should I say it's apparently approved by Disney, because they were allowed to use the DIS to designate that it was a Disney figurine. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. If you have like a Thumper figurine, you could put that with it. You could put some of the other ones with it, or just maybe put a little Mickey Minnie. Do your whole thing. But just whimsical Disney at its best, in super good condition. So Karen G, there is the bid end. Thank you so much. So Teresa, it's coming to you. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
All right. I will bring my little bear next. I said I was going to do that. So we'll bring him next, and he's going to start at 12. And he's just cute. I usually don't pick up teddy bears. Sometimes I do. Sometimes they get me. This guy got me because his little derpy tongue is sticking out. I love him. Now he is mohair. All right, he's not a stiff. There actually is a larger bear that looks just like this, and also would have an ear tag. And he is designed, made by Character. Is the brand for him, or Character brand, if you will. So he's just a little mohair bear, and I love his little derpy tongue. Now he has a black embroidered little nose, okay, and felt backing for the eyes, and actually the eyes are wooden, painted wood on there, and then his little felt derpy tongue. I love that. He is not jointed. But just his arms and legs are kind of oversized, which I kind of like that. I think he looks really cute just sitting, posing. And like I had showed you, I think he looks really cute if you have something that you can just kind of have him hold in his lap. I think he's really cute. He's very nice condition. I don't really see any issues with him. I don't see any holes or anything like that. And I can tell that he is stitched on there, really nice. No tail on the guy. They didn't give him a little nubbin tail, but really nice condition. I don't see much issue that I can tell you about him at all. He's super soft because he is mohair. Measurement for him, he is 6.5 inches tall by about 6.5 inches, with his little arms to hug you with. That's about. He's a square little guy. All right, so a shiny bright in his lap for Christmas, Brenda. That's adorable. I love that idea. Yes, gussy him up for Christmas. I agree. All right, Robin's in at 12, so we're looking for 13 or more. And I'm going to count Mr. Bear down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or a little honey pot, if you have a little honey pot.
He just needs love. That's what he needs.
Does.
He needs
I need love and hugs. Yes, he does. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, there's the bid end from Karen. And Linda, unless it got filtered, I didn't see a bid in there from you. I didn't see a straight bid in there from you. So unfortunately, I can't take the just in case because it doesn't count unless you got a bid in there already. Okay. So Robin, it is going to come to you for 12. Thank you so much.
All right. $40 choice. This is like deja vu, but I am going to break them up. So after I sold the set that I used the terracotta pots for, Tina, do you want to? I got a bid.
I don't see
I don't see it on my phone either. I tried to look.
I will refresh my phone, but I am not seeing it.
Hang on, I am too on my device. Let me see here. Yeah, that's weird. If you did, Linda, it got filtered on our devices. So, oh, I think Linda is saying her 25 was her going to be her straight bid.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But you had a just in case in there.
Right, right. All right. So $40 choice, and these are in remarkable condition. So you'll be able to choose between the girl or the boy. So I had these just the other week, but I had looked forever to find the planters. And then Tina was like, I just found the ones you sold the other day. So if you want a complete set, you can buy them both, but I'm offering them up as choice. So the first one is going to be the girl. They are made in Japan, so they are porcelain ceramic, and the box, bike is made of metal. So Linda, usually when you're bidding, you have to put in a straight bid, but as soon as you put a just in case, then that is your way of saying that you'd be willing to pay up to that. But you can't use a just in case unless you put in a straight bid. So some channels let you turn that just in case into a straight bid. We don't. We ask you to put in a bid. So yes, you do see it all, and I think you guys are all on the page with us now. I just didn't want there to be any confusion while I showed my items. So again, we're back at 40 choice. This is the girl one that you could choose. I will show them to you off the bike, but these are fun little figurines and planters. And when they're on the metal bikes, they measure 6 inches tall by 7 inches wide. So here is the little girl. Again, she's just like the other one. She's in superb condition. So and then there's a little hole right there so that she can fit onto the bike securely. So she can fit on the bike securely. And then this is the little ceramic planter that fits into it. And that's in superb condition with no chips or cracks, no hairlines. And then the bike itself doesn't have any rust or any major issues whatsoever. So again, really fun 1950s ceramics. Usually there'd be a little paper Japan label on there, but it's missing. And I don't know what they thought they were going to do, which blows my mind. The bikes have a little hook on them. Like, I don't know, were you going to hook a wagon to it or something? Maybe the company made one, but I've never seen any reason why, but they gave them little hooks. So if you want to trailer your mobile home along with you or something on that,
I don't know.
You could hook your little motor home on there and just go biking. So fun little girl. She has that very out of the Victorian era into the 1920s kind of look. She has her fun little fedora hat on. And these are really, believe it or not, hard to find. So especially with the planter. So there is the little girl. You could, Joe, hook your Airstream up and go cross country and just pedal your way from coast to coast. So and then this will be your second choice. You have the little boy. He has his fun little blue cap. Same feature here in the back with the planter part. Metal bike is in superb condition. I'm a sucker for these mixed medias when I
love when they have the metal things.
I do too.
I love that too.
Whether they're salt and pepper shakers or they're planters, I'm just here for it. And then I love, especially if you get, all three, you get the trifecta. If there's fur involved, ceramics and metal, oh boy, look out. I'm all here for it. So there you can see the great details on him. No chips or cracks. A lot of times these fall off. There we go. There's that paper label I was talking about that you can see on the bottom of him. And then you Yes, I hear you, Willie. And then there is the little planter on there. And again, they all would have had paper Japan labels on all pieces, but usually they fall off after time.
Do
So,
you think that the little hook on the back, like I wondered that too,
right,
because there's several manufacturers that make like the bike and the planter combo that
right.
keep the planter from sliding off the back.
Oh, I guess it could, Amy. There
I
you
mean,
go.
that was the only thing that I could think
There
of.
you,
Like,
there you go,
besides
injecting
hooking up your ceramic Airstream that Joe suggested on the back.
basic
I don't know.
logic to it. Oh, Minx. Oh, you're so right. That's the four. Well, if it's
Oh,
triple,
spaghetti
it's all.
trim, fur,
Oh my
metal,
God.
and ceramic.
Oh Lord.
I'm here for it.
Sign me up for it. So, and I know that seems pricey. I know I just had them, but they kind of fit with my theme tonight. And I thought maybe somebody wanted to add these to their collection. Again, they're $40 choice. You could take the little boy. And again, to find them with the planter, it took me forever. I never found one. So you could pick the boy.
That
And
are
again,
not
they're from the
broken either.
1950s. And these are fun. You could put your air plant in there. You could actually use these for other things. You could, I don't know, you could put your little sugar packets in there and put them on the kitchen table. I just think they're really fun and really unique. And then your other choice at $40 is going to be the girl. So let's keep it moving. I'll sit these to the side, nice and easy so I don't break them. But they'll come back and they'll be $40 choice. So let's keep it moving, Amy.
I was a big Bill Nye fan, William, truth be told. And I do have a degree in chemistry. Fun fact. Am I using it for anything? No.
But you have it, and that's what matters.
Yeah, but I have it. Okay. All right. This is going to be a choice starting at 20.
Yes.
And I know I'm going to have to pop some photos up here. Okay. But I do have two antique daguerreotypes tonight, and I usually don't get to bring these to sales either. All right, and I know especially the one here, the larger one, is three women, and it's more of like a mirrored finish. It's not going to come in focus. I was able to get a picture of it so you can see it clearly. But the why they're 20 and not higher than that is because they're missing their covers. Okay, so it's just the backing. So they would have a little cover that would hook on the side there to protect the glass and the photograph. Okay, but neither one of them have the covers. Okay, but I thought I would bring them. Okay, so pushing up daisies. I see you. Thank you so much. I'm going to pop them up here. So we're going to talk about Mr. Dapper Fellow first. So this is the smaller one. And we'll pop his photo up here. Look at him. He's very
dapper
handsome.
dude.
And so we've got the punched metal framing there and velvet overlay. And then underneath there is the daguerreotype for him. And this one measures 2.5 by 3. Okay, 2.5 by 3. And that's the whole outer edge. Okay. And you can see he's slightly colorized. He has a little bit of blushing applied to him too, which is kind of unusual to see in the daguerreotypes. So this tells me it was a little bit higher end one, a little bit higher end. Okay. And the other one, which is larger. Okay. And here it is. I was able to capture it so you could actually see. I knew that it wasn't going to focus on the camera. And this was me kind of holding it. It's more of like when you look at it straight on, it's kind of like a mirror and it's super creepy. It definitely would work like for Halloween. It's very creepy. Like if you look at it straight on, it's like mirrored. But when you hold it at a certain angle, you can get the photo to come in. And it looks like maybe a mother and two children to me. And she has like fingerless gloves on. She's dressed pretty fancily. This one measures 3.25 by 3.75. Okay. And also there's a little wear to the metal inlay inner frame. I'm thinking that's coming across there. You can see on the left side, there's a little bit of darker discoloration there. But overall, I think besides the missing covers, I think that both of these are in good condition for their age. Okay. And I just don't get to bring these things to sales very often. So I did have to get them both because I liked them both. Okay. All right. So that is your choice. I'll hold them up here again, and I can get them kind of to focus, but you can see, but if you really look at it straight on, it's kind of like totally mirrored there, but they're kind of coming in a little bit. All right. So there are your choices. Pushing Up Daisies in. This is for choice. Again, both of them are missing their covers. They do have their little latches still there as well. And I guess I'll show the back to you as well. So it's paper backing here on the back side. So embossed paper on the back. Okay, let's count them down. These are from the late 1800s. Okay, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You nailed it. I'm with you.
Kind of a creepy factor there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tim, I see at 21, Pushing Up Daisy's got a just in case in there. And there is the bid end from Karen. All right, so Pushing Up Daisies for 22. Let me know if you want the man or you want the ladies or the family, I guess. I guess it's more of a family.
And I think Tracy commented she thought he was yummy. I feel like she said he was yummy.
He was yummy. All right, you're taking them both. You got it. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
And Karen, I think you nailed it. I think that's his name, Xavier. I think you were right. So,
okay. All right, Xavier. That's a pretty fancy name for the 1800s there.
$30, Amy. And in my preview, I use this as the underplate for the compote. If you're able to find a one that is in the water lily, you could use it as an underplate. This one is a different pattern. This one, if you guys collect the cherry blossom pattern in Depression, this was what Fenton sort of did. I mean, Jeanette and all the companies had it. This was their, and I'll show it to you up close. This was their version of some cherries, and they called it Cherry Orchard. So they called it Cherry Orchard. So let's focus in on the center one. Those are cherries in there. So it's the same exact green custard. It's a large console ruffled bowl, and it has those bundles, those little bushels of cherries that are sort of hanging on the tree. So great for summertime. It has, if I can get it to show, it sort of has, there's a little piece, I think there's a piece, no, that's actually a straw mark. That's actually a straw mark inside the custard. So that's what a straw mark looks like when you have custard glass. The round Fenton mark is right there. You'll just faintly be able to see it. So this piece also glows, and we'll show it to you this way. You guys can see all those fun details on the outside. So that's the cherry trees. Those are like the trees on the outside. Are you guys able to see that? So it's sort of an orchard of trees. So you have the stems of the trees right here. There's the trunk of the tree, and then it comes up into these blossoms, and they're sort of like cherry blossom trees, okay? So that's what the outside looks like. And then the inside, we'll light it up from the back. If you got, that's very bright. So now you guys can see, look at those details of the cherry.
I don't think I've ever seen this pattern before.
I have not either. It is a harder to find pattern by Fenton. So that's why I did offer it as a console bowl. Sometimes folks aren't too keen on the bowls, but these ruffled bowls, especially in this cherry pattern, is a little harder to find by Fenton. And the fact that it is in the uranium or the custard, I just think really takes it to the next level. Just because it is the frosted satin, a couple of them don't glow. Like if you find the blue, there's no glow to that. Just because it's frosted Fenton doesn't mean that it always glows. So $30 if anybody is interested. It is in superb condition. Let me show you with no chips or cracks. It measures 10 inches wide. So it's a 10-inch console bowl. And then when it sits on your countertop to the highest point right here to the bottom, it comes in at 2.5 inches tall. So again, the way I had it displayed was I used it as the center for the compote. So maybe you guys have, I don't know, maybe you have maybe some other pieces, maybe a piece of milk glass would look great in the center of it. The other compote, which I do believe they make a compote in this pattern, but that's super hard to find. So Joe, thank you. I see you're 35. We're looking for 36 or more. Again, I hope I'm doing it justice there. I can see it on my phone with the lag. You guys can definitely see. Those are nice, hardy, three-dimensional cherries on there. You can even see where it divides out. And then where that little like divide is in the cherry in person, you'll see that there's little stems that come out of it. So now I think you can see. Then you have some of the leafing and some of the vine details throughout. And then on the side here, those are actual trees. I just think this is such a cool pattern.
It's a really cool pattern. No, I've never seen that one.
Plus, you add the fact that it glows like the Dickens. Honest to Pete, like you could land planes with this glow. So let's go ahead and count it down. Joe is in at 35. Thank you so much, sir. We're looking for 36 or more, and we are doing just in case if you're an active bidder. So let's go ahead and count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. If I flip it around or upside down, that's the best thing I can do is out of the corner of the screen, let you see what the cherries look like. And then I love the fact of the trees on the outside. It's just a really cool pattern, one that I've never had the pleasure of selling before. This was I had to do some research on this, truth be told. So there is the bid end. So Joe, you're keeping the set together. Coming to you for $35, sir. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Very cool. And cherries are in season right now, so it's like
they are perfect summer.
All right, we're gonna go to Bling Town for my next round, and these are some stunning, if I might say, rhinestone brooches. These are great. And again, a name I don't get to say on a live sale very often as far as brooches go. This one is Weiss. All right, this one is Weiss, and it's they're both really sparkly. All right, so this is the first one I have. And so these are both white rhinestone brooches, absolutely gorgeous, huge rhinestones, all prong set. Weiss is very well-known, high quality jewelry pieces. So this one is, I'm calling this one the wreath. All right, wreath on this one. Nikki, I see you. Thank you so much. And I'm not sure I'm going to get it to come in, but right down here on this puddling right here is where the Weiss stamp is on the back of that one. Safety class, good working condition on this one. So that one I'm calling wreath, and it's a sparkler. So no Aurora Borealis on either one of these. These are just white or clear, if you will, rhinestones. So the wreath one here measures 1 3/4 inches in diameter. Okay. And the other one I have is just as gorgeous. This one does not have any marking on it, so I cannot tell you the manufacturer on this one, but equally as gorgeous. Huge rhinestones. Again, this one's a little larger. This one is 2 inches in diameter. Again, really nice puddling on the back side, safety clasp, good condition on it as well. Both of these are just, I had to bring them together because they're really pretty. There they are next to each other. Woo, sparkle, sparkle. I do love a good rhinestone brooch. And especially like this one can go with anything. It's not like specifically, you only can wear it with certain colors. Clear or white rhinestones go with pretty much anything. Of course, this would, if it were me, it would be on a hat. I like to wear the brooches on the hats. Okay. All right. So Dana, I see, is in there at 21. Again, this one here I'm calling the wreath. This one is a Weiss stamped brooch here. And then this one is unmarked. And this one is 2 inches. And this one we'll just call round. Okay, as far as claiming goes. All right, let's count it down. We're looking for 22 or more on the gorgeous brooches. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bid end.
Boy, they look blingy, blingy.
I got a gorgeous green rhinestone one that I'm going to bring, like, I think to the Christmas sale, maybe next Wednesday. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. I should test it with the blacklight too. I have not done that. All right, there is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so Miss Robin had a just in case of 33, but Nikki Moss had a just in case of 34. So Nikki, let me know if you want wreath, which is the Weiss, or round. And if Nikki does not take both, Robin, you are on deck.
God, these are fantastic. She's taking them both, Amy.
Taking them both. You got it, Nikki. Thank you so much.
$15 choice, Amy, and I got to tell you that these are the most fantastic 1930s Art Deco trays that I have ever found.
These trays.
I've ever found in my life. I cannot find a manufacturer. I can't find an artist. I can't find anything online. Okay, so you have choice on them. There is some wear to them, so you can hold this in a couple different ways. Although I believe that is the way it's supposed to be held. So you have these very Art Deco, very vibrant, very abstract tulip style flowers. That's what I believe they are. There is some wear to them, and they are kind of like a lithograph almost on there, and tons of great details. You can see that it has some different abstract little flowers on the side. It has some diamond style things on the side. They're just fantastic. They'd be great to hang on the wall. They'd be great to actually use. And I have never found any fun trays that are this great. So if y'all are into Art Deco or into this would even be great for you to use in the summertime. So they are tin, they are, shallow, so you could carry beverages on them if you want to. There is some wear here, on the outside rims. They were used, but again, I just think that they're phenomenal. So you can see all the different colors on here. So there's some oranges, there's some yellows, there's some very, very neon sort of pink mixed in there. I just think these are so good and fantastic. And if you love like Art Nouveau, very Art Deco, this is for you. And I believe these are probably from right smack dab in the middle of the 1930s. So the dimensions on each one of these trays, and I have a different one to show you, probably the same company. The dimensions on these, they are about 11.5 inches, and then they raise up about 1.5 inches. So that's about how thick they are there. And then on the back, a lot of these 20s and 30s trays that I've sold before, they usually have some kind of paint on the back, and they're painted. Now, I will say, when it comes to trays, usually ones from the 20s into the 30s, they feel like they're a little thicker. These feel a little bit thinner, but every single time I've sold one of the trays from the late 1930s or a tip tray, it's about this gauge tin. So I'm very certain that these are from the 1930s. So this will be your first choice. And this one is fantastic. If you love abstract, if you like Alice in Wonderland style kind of things, if you love the very Art Deco feel of things, look at these abstract style flowers on there. Look at those. Look at that coming out of that tulip style flower.
It's so good. I love the black and white. It's great.
All those great details. The green there in the back is sort of a jadeite kind of green. Yes, there is some wear around the outside, but honestly, if you're looking for a unique Art Deco style tray to add to your collection, to add to your motif, to use on your coffee table, to just use, you can even hang these on the wall. You get yourself like a plate rack, one of those metal ones. You even get yourself a magnet and attach it to the wall. You can attach these to the wall and use them as decor. I've never seen them before. Amy, have you ever seen anything like this before when it came to trays?
No.
These are really, really good. And there was a third one, and they're seagulls, and I'm keeping the seagull ones to go.
Like that one in particular reminds me, I don't know why, but it reminds me of like the sandworms.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that black and white striped worm from, oh my gosh, why is the movie escaping me? Beetlejuice. Oh my Lord.
Like, just for example, and I want to give you just an example. What I'm trying to paint for you here is like, take those figurines that Amy had, the dancing flowers. You put those in front of that, okay? You put my little fairies, the little butterfly kids in front of it. The book I have coming up, you lay the book in there with it. Look at the whimsical, same kind of era, same kind of look. It's instant for your decor. Like you put this on a plate stand, you open up the book in front of it.
I would hang that on the wall.
I would too. Maybe you have one of Amy or I's figurine. It's just good to go. Like there's no doubt. So let's go ahead and start a countdown. We're looking for 16 or more. It's going to be choice. We're going to call this one. What did I have written real quick? This one's green. So that one's green, and this one's going to be orange. Okay, orange or green. So let's count it down. We're looking for, I see you, Tracy, at 16. So we're now looking for 17 or more. And we are doing just in case for active bidders, and you'll choose green or orange. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. You mark my words. As a reseller, in the next 5 years, it's going to be Victorian. It already is. And then you give it 10 years, and everybody's going to be paying top dollar for this deco stuff again. You mark my words. You can go back and watch this if it's still on Amy's YouTube, and I'm going on the record as saying it. So Tracy had a just in case of 20. Joe had a just in case of 95. So Joe, let me know, sir, were you interested in the orange one at 21? Or were you interested in the green one at 21? And of course, you have the right to take both. Both, Joe, they're both yours. I've never seen them before in the decades I've done this business. I think they're phenomenal.
Tracy, no, I've never seen any trays like that.
And Tracy, thank you so much for your bids as well.
Awesome. Okay. I have a little angel babe up next. And all right, so what I can tell you about this, and I haven't had one of these in a while either. So this is a little angel figurine. All right. She's made by Ardalt, A-R-D-A-L-T. That's not usually a name that I say a whole lot. Usually if I have an Ardalt piece, it's Christmas related. They did do quite a few Christmas things. But there's a whole series of these little angels. There's standalone angels. There's angels with like animals and sort of things. There's angels in little vases with things applied to it. But I have never run across this one ever before. I have seen it, but I've never found it before. And it's she's with little pixies or little elves. Like, they're so cute. The only issue with this is the back of the little standing pixie right here. He's got a little tiny chip on the end of his hand there. Otherwise, there's no other damage to this piece, but I have just never ever seen this one. So little angel babe, she's covered with little applied stars. She has her staff. There's even those tiny little itty bitty flowers down there, really heavy in the green spaghetti, kind of for the grass there at the base. Good paint on this. Not really any issue with the painting at all. But oh my gosh, I couldn't not believe that there were tiny little pixies. And so a lot of times these are just stamped Japan, or they will have that NC distributor Japan mark on the bottom. And Ardalt typically had little paper stickers that a lot of times are missing. So that is no longer there on the bottom. The cat and the rabbit, I see you. Thank you so much. Measurement for this piece is 3.5 inches tall for the angel and about 3 inches wide. Now, usually like angel pieces, unless they're the NAPCO or the left and like month angels or something like that. Usually the angels I tend to save like for Christmas time. But I didn't think that this was like, this could work at Christmas time, obviously, because they're little pixies or elves. But I thought this was a really cute everyday little whimsical piece. She's just darn cute, and so are they. But really the only issue is that teeny tiny little chip on the back of that stand-in pixie's hand. All right, so let's count it down. The cat and the rabbit is in at 16, so we're looking for 17 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
See, those little guys are scrapping, and she's like, break it up, guys. Break it up.
I don't know what they're doing. I was trying to figure out, because I know that there's a story. There's got to be a story here. But I don't know. And I'm wondering if there's more like this with these little guys in it, like a series. But I've never run across any more like that. All right. Cat and the rabbit, I see you're just in case, but you didn't need it. It is yours. Thank you so much.
All right, $15 choice, Amy, and I have my other round of the Rose Lane California pottery cats. Okay, I found them together. Each one is missing a rhinestone. So the way you'll claim it is the one has one missing on the back and one's missing on the front. So you'll just claim either back or front. So these tall, very slender Siamese cats, you'll have choice on these. They have these gorgeous blue rhinestone eyes that when the light catches it, they just twinkle. They are marked California, USA on the bottom, so I'm pretty certain that that makes them Rose Lane. Again, there's some pencil on the bottom, $1.50. I didn't pay $1.50 for them at all. And then they have these gorgeous amber rhinestones in their collars. Love it. Now, like I said, this one is missing one on the back. So you could go to the craft store and replace it if you want. I don't know that it's necessarily a deal breaker because the majority of them are still present. So he measures 6.5 inches tall. And if you want to have Siamese twins, I have the other one that I got when I was at that estate. This one is identical with the rhinestone eyes, and this one is missing one of the amber stones there in the front. So stamped on the bottom. Apparently, they've lived a life together because wherever the person got them back in the day, it was $1.50, and they're stamped California, USA. Again, when it comes to some of the cats, I've never had this version of the Rose Lane cats. These are very mid-century. They're from the 1960s. They're California pottery, and they are that Bisque style material. Like I said earlier, I love the way they are painted and colored because it is that creamy kind of tan look, and that's exactly the way a Siamese cat's going to look. So really, really fun. I love the over-exaggerated rhinestone eyes. Again, these are fun for your kitsch. In your kitsch displays, they're fun if you do mid-century or if you are just a cat collector and a cat lover. So, again, $15 choice. Let me just get in there so you guys can see the glistening of the rhinestone eyes. Just fantastic. This one is missing one of the amber ones on the front. Kim, thank you. I see you're 15, so we're looking for 16 or more. This little guy has all of his rhinestones, except he is missing one right there in the back. So we always say it's an easy fix. If you want to, you should be able to go to any of the craft stores, find one, and just pop it in there. And again, other than that, there's no chips or cracks. And again, these are marked California, which that's what you want so that you know that they are the Rose Lane and made USA. They'll either say Rose Lane or California on the bottom, and that's how I always determine that's the manufacturer.
Didn't Napco do some copycatting?
Yes, they did. They did. And there's another company out there, I think, too, that did some copycatting. But everyone that I've always known and under research, as long as they say California, that Rose Lane either marked them Rose Lane or marked them California. So I love them. I think they're really great. And they're just at $15 each. We're looking for $16 each. So let's go ahead and do a countdown on them. If you're an active bidder, you can use it just in case. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. The sculpt kind of mimics the Hager cats. So if you know the Hager kind of Siamese cat, it's got that same kind of look. So and then
they do resemble those Siamese cats from Lady and the Tramp.
Absolutely. We are Siamese twins. There is our bid end. Thank you so much, Karen G. Kim, let me know. Did you want both of them? Oh, you want the one in the back. All right. That one is yours, and we'll bring the other one back for the recap. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Meow, meow. All right. I don't know. Parmesan, he's doing his own thing tonight. I don't know what he's doing. All right. I do have some Nancy Ann dolls. I only previewed one, but I brought another one tonight. So we'll start with the one that was in my preview. Okay, so this was the one that was in my preview. Okay, and what I can tell you about her, she looks like just a fancy summertime gal, but she's actually a bridesmaid. One of the variations of a bridesmaid. So she would be number 87. So a variation of a bridesmaid. She doesn't really look bridesmaidy to me, but she has a little netted little hat here with some millinery flowers and ribbons. More millinery flowers in here. She is fully jointed. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Her head is not jointed. Her legs and arms are jointed. And the other cool thing about this one, she's got silver shoes. Ooh, we don't see silver shoes very often. This was a variation that they did do silver shoes. They haven't been repainted. Not something I see very often. And the other interesting thing, which I just noticed earlier today, there's an original price tag in her dress from LaSalle and Coke's for a whole $1 back there. So she is a 5-inch one with jointed arms and legs. So that's the first one. Debbie, I see you. Thank you so much. The other one I brought tonight is Princess Rosny. Princess Rosny. A variation of that. So she's got lacy here, a big millinery flower. She does still have her armband here attached to her hand. So she's 5.5 inches. She is a frozen body. So that means just her arms move. Her legs and head do not move on this one. And she has the black painted shoes and everything on there. Both good condition on both of them. Princess Rosny is, she's number 162. Okay, so 5-inch on the bridesmaid with the jointed legs and silver shoes, and then 5.5 on Princess Rosny here. And they do have everything that they are supposed to have, safety pins holding them together on the back. That's pretty standard fare for them. Okay, yeah, silver shoes. I have not had one with silver shoes before either, but that is a variation. It does show that in the book. All right, Sandra, I see you at 20. Thank you so very much. So we're looking for 21 or more on choice, and let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. I don't have very many left, you guys. I don't. I have a few for fall time, but that's about my Nancy Ann storybook pile has been depleted. Okay. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, so Sandra, I did see a bid come in there for 26, but Debbie had it just in case. So for 27, bridesmaid, Princess Rosny, or both. And if Debbie doesn't take both, Sandra, you do get second pick.
I like the silver shoes. That's kind of, I got to start checking them now.
Too. Yeah, that was unexpected. All right, we're just waiting here from Debbie.
She's taking them both.
All right, you got it, Debbie. Thank you so much.
All right, $15, Amy, and I have this fun, unique book. It is from 1936, and it's completely in German. Okay, so it is completely in German from 1936, and the translation here on the front. Amy, I know you spoke German. Do you know what that says? I know what it says because I had to look it up.
It's my garden.
It is. Okay. That's exactly what it is. It's my garden. Look at you. All right. So it is.
I mean, it has been quite a long time since I've had any German, but I remember bits and pieces.
I assumed that's what it was, but I actually had to do the translation to know. So, Dusty, thank you. I see you in at 15. It has its original dust jacket, which that's what saved the original book. So there's the original cover of the book. The only condition issue with the dust jacket is we have a little tear right there, okay? Other than that, all I can tell you is that the book is completely written in German, and it is basically a little story or a little poem book for each one of these. So I'll quickly leaf through and show you guys each fun picture. Pictures in this are really awesome. The book measures 6 by 5. So I'll quickly go through here. A lot of the characters on the front are the ones that are in the book throughout. So they're nice thick pages for a book from 1936. So here is that picture right there.
So cute.
Again, I think this is a fun book. I found a couple online. Price points for all.
Show that other page again.
That page right there.
The word page.
The word page. Are you going to read it, Amy?
I can read some of it.
Bluss in Mus Gurten.
Schnee, if I remember, is snow.
Right.
Snow. I don't know.
Holy moly, yeah. And I'm almost 80% German, and I don't even know. All I know in German is Bratwurst. That's all I know. So
I know Tucker needs to be here to translate.
This is one of my favorite. All of these are really fun, even if you're not going to read it, just to leaf through and see the graphics. And the fact that this book is from 1936 and is in this good of condition, these two are spilling the tea. This one, hey, look, when someone's leaning over the fence like that, you know that there's some good tea being spilt and brewed right there. I'll tell you what. So, again, this is a really, really fun book. Bless you if you can read it. You know, if you can read German, it's going to make it even more fun. Look at this picture right here. You have, look at that whimsical.
That I know is the lily.
Yes. But look at the big, what is that, a big moth landing there in her hand?
Yeah.
I mean, you wait till you see the one with the one girl sleeping. What does that say? Does that say die? That would be the lily.
D, so that's how it's pronounced, is D, not die.
Die. Okay.
So it's the lily. That's what the title of that one is.
Look at the sunflower mother with the sunflower children. I mean, I would not encourage it, but I would scan. I would not ruin the book, but I would scan these in. These would look phenomenal hung on the wall.
Yeah.
And it's a good quality book. This one I love. Look. He's gonna get her.
Oh my gosh.
Beetle.
Beetle guy.
I mean, he's spilling the tea.
I've not seen this book before.
This book is really, really good. I've had this for a hot minute, and I was waiting until I found like the figurines to go with it. And then it's crazy. I was ready to go, and then I saw your preview, and it just all kind of comes together. So, and again, what I was saying is you have this open, and if you would have had one of those trays, I mean, to me, it just goes hand in hand. The book's probably from the same year as those trays. So there's just 2 more pages. So this page is really, really fun right here. Look, the child is sleeping.
That's so cute.
And wake up. You're sleeping. You're late for school. Get to school. And then the last one right here is this page right here. So it's a very, very endearing book with great illustrations in it. It is in German. It is from 1936. So, Chrissy, you have it at 16. We're looking for 17 or more. Let's go ahead and do a countdown on it. We are doing just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And it is My Little Garden. My Little Garden is what it translated to. It's just a fun book. And again, from 1936 in very good condition. So there's the bid end. Thank you so much. Dusty at a Just In Case with Christie's. Dusty Moose coming to you for $23. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
That's a good one, Jason.
I liked it.
After we're done, you'll have to show me more, and I'll try and struggle bus trying to translate some of it for you.
All right.
Okay. All right. So my next round, we have two more rounds left. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. I thought I miscounted there for a second. All right. And this is for the pair. And I just I paired them together. I actually did find both of these things at the same place. But they were not in the same booth or anything like that. But I paired them together because I love a good ephemera holder. So I thought I would include a piece of ephemera with it. And I've been struggle bus trying to find flower frogs, but this is fantastic. It is I think that is an intended purpose, an ephemera holder. It actually has 2 slots cut in here. There's one right here and there's one right here. So you could, double layer if you wanted to. Now, this is not lucite, all right? It is acrylic, all right? And I did test it with the black light to confirm my suspicions on that. And it's made by Bureaucraft. It does have a foil label here on the bottom, but it has this fun trapped, I think, It's not shell. I want it to be shell, but it's not. Like a little molded acrylic rose and flower petal or leaves in there, trapped in the acrylic. And then this is kind of it feels like plexiglass, so like plastic here on the back. But I was like, gosh, that's perfect. And then I found this, which I believe is a like antique. It's supposed to be a book card, although the greeting part, the little pamphlet part, is not in the inside anymore. But it's this heavily embossed card. So it's very heavily embossed. It's silk embossed, actually. So it's applied silk on there, and then they emboss it like to make the flowers. So it is actually like silk embossed. And we have the little sparrow flying around. It has a little silk ribbon here. So it would have a little paper like insert that would have had like a poem on it. This was like an early style of greeting card. There's Christmas ones, there's wedding ones, there's Valentine ones like this too. And I thought I would just include that. And because it matched so well with the little rose there captured, I really liked the pairing. So that's why I'm going to include the card as well. The flower holder, so the ephemera holder itself, measures 2.5 by 2.5. And then the tallest part here at the back is 2 3/4. And I don't know. And you could display pretty much anything that you wanted to display in here. The backer, so that back kind of groove that's cut in there is pretty wide. So you could probably fit a thicker piece of something, a thicker photograph, maybe even a smaller book would fit in there. And then the other notch that is cut in there also fits like the greeting card. So if you had like a larger something and then something smaller in front, like a photograph, I think that would be really cool to display together. So, all right, I see Chrissy and Timmy both in there. Yes, business cards. I'm not sure the intended purpose of this, but I just saw it ephemera holder the instant that I saw it. I'm not sure. I couldn't really find any information about that, even with the maker on the bottom. So let's count it down. There's a light that goes with the rose holder. A light, like a lamp, Joe?
I've seen a pen holder like this.
A pen holder.
I've seen you there. I mean,
yeah, maybe it was like a desk, something with a desk organizer.
Yeah.
I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I just thought it was cool. I've never seen it.
It is, and it's a really good. Usually, when you find them, it's all discolored. Like yours is vibrant and fresh. Like usually,
there's very minimal wear. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to pick up because of the ring light, but there's very minimal like wear to the front of that. It's very nice and clear too. All right, so let's count it down. We're looking for 19 or more on the pairing. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Okay, Joe. Yeah, I'd like to see that. It is very dainty.
It is, Kim. Yeah.
Okay, bid end is in there. All right, Timmy, yay! Congratulations, and we'll get together soon, and I will deliver this to you. Thanks so much, Timmy. Appreciate it.
All right, $28, and I got some Kewpies. So hopefully we have some Kewpie lovers still in the house with us. And these are two little naked Kewpies giving each other a hug. They usually call these the little hugging Kewpies. They are made of porcelain. There are no markings on it, so I would assume it's probably Japan. In my research, I've seen that this little mold has been made, in German ones. Ones with stamped Rose O'Neill, and then some that are just Japan. So I'm not too sure, but I will say in all my research, mine is very, very detailed in the eyes, which is a good thing for it. So you can see no issues. They have their cute little Kewpie hair here on the top. They are flesh tone, no chips or cracks. They have their cute little wings here on the back, and they are just embracing and hugging. This would be great to use next year in your Valentine's Day displays. Maybe, I think this, if what I would do is, if I was a Kewpie lover and I was looking for a cake topper or wedding topper, how fun would that be to use that. And this just period is going to fit in with your Kewpie collections no matter what. So the cat and rabbit, I see your 29 dimensions on it. It measures 3.5 inches tall by 2.5 inches across. And again, it is Bisque. My lights might be washing it out in person. It's that pinky flesh tone that we all love on these Kewpies, whether they be Bisque German or Bisque Japan. So there you can see the details on the top. No condition issues to report. And then right here, Phil, thank you. I see you for 30. And Karen gifted 10 more memberships. Although I'm not seeing that on my, that's weird. I'm not seeing that on my phone whatsoever. Could be I'm in a bad lag. So Phil's in at 30. We're looking for 31 or more. Let's go ahead and start the countdown. But before we do, just look at those eyes. Those eyes. And
I love those big old lashes.
I do too. They did such a good job.
A good Kewpie lash.
So 31 or more, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. Let's go ahead and count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Did I see Sandra D popped in here? Hello, Sandra.
Hey, Sandra.
Did I see her in there? Yes, and I see Lynn in there too. Oh, because they're getting gifted. So now we're seeing them in the chat. All right.
When YouTube randomizes like who gets that. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. The cat and the rabbit with the just in case there, and Philomena right before Karen's bid ends.
So Phil, they're coming to you for 36. Thank you so much. Thank you both.
Congratulations. And thank you, Karen. All right, before I do my last round.
Thank you.
So welcome everyone. Thank you. Okay, so last round, you guys. Mine's going to be a little book, and he did come up here for a second and tried to get on the keyboard, and then he hightailed it out of here again. I don't know. He must be busy doing something tonight. Okay, so my last round is a book, and it's the Child's Garden of Verses. I absolutely love the cover on this one. Very similar to Jason's book that he had, although mine's not in German, so it is not. And this one, it's all black and white on the inside of this one. The illustrations are still cute. The original publication for this was 1919 for the original, but this is not the 1919 edition. It is from 1940. So this is the 1940 edition. And here's all of the little poetry things that are in here. They do have the whole list of them in here. And it even continues on the next page. So it's a pretty good book. But like I said, it is just black and white pages in here. But I picked this one up. I've had this book before, and I just really like the cover on it. And I do like some of the things that are in here as well. There's very cute, just little tiny things to go through. This would, be another good candidate if you wanted to scan these pages and craft with them. Cut the images out, frame them. I really like that little rain girl. She's super cute. And then we have little pirate pixie down here. Pirate pixie.
On a lily pad.
That's the pirate story for this one. Oh my goodness. I am very behind on the chat. I am so sorry. Okay. Both Chrissy and Janet have bids in there at 12. I will just show a couple more pages and then we will count it down. Okay, so like I said, just all I wish there was color. I wish there was some color in here. I actually think that there's another edition of this that they did do color printing in, but this one is just black and white. My shadow. That's really fun. All right, so both Janet and Chrissy are in at 12, so we're looking for 13 or more. I'll show a few more pages as we count it down. We're looking for 13 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Oh, my bed is a boat. Cute. Okay. And it's just plain red on the back side. All right. Janet did put in a just in case right before Karen's bid end. Because Chrissy had the first 12, Janet's just in case brings it to 13. Congratulations, Janet. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $12, and I have a book. We're going to end with this one. It's a real fun one. It's very kitschy. It's in very good condition. The only issue is the original owner wrote when they got it from their mother, Christmas of 1942. But this is made by Whitman Publishing. The copyright on it is 1940, and the illustrations are by an illustrator of Florence Sarah Winship, who I've never heard of. Maybe you guys have. I've seen her with other books and other illustrations, but I don't know anything else about her. So it's a fun book. We have little girl playing teacher with her little brother. Then you have the rest of the classmates here, all these little kitschy. Oh, I'd love to find that elephant. I'd love to find one of them. So the book is 9.5. It's 9.5 across and it's 12 long. Super good condition. There's what the back looks like with the alphabet. We have a little kitschy dog riding a red horse, and we'll quickly go through some of these illustrations. They are all phenomenal. So here we have A is for apple, B is for bunny. Look at that kitschy bunny down there. Then over here we have D is for dog. Like these graphics in here are just phenomenal. We have C is for cat. She's hanging out with cow friend there. Then we have E is for elephant over here. Look at that elephant. Look down here. Even F is for flower. Look at the horse. You just wait. There's even some more kitschy graphics coming up. G is for goose. Again, this would be a fun book to scan some of these in. This would be fun to actually open up for summertime. I is for ice cream. Look at those graphics with the ice cream there. Down here, look at that. Doesn't that make you just that makes me hungry for some of Mama Pam's jam down there. Then we have the little sheep here. We have a kite. There's a few more in here that are really, really kitschy. So this one is probably my favorite. The M is for mittens. Look at those cats.
Oh my gosh.
That's got you written all over it. Let me tell you
adorable.
what.
I've had some Florence Sarah Winship illustrated books like that before, but I've not seen this one.
This is a good one. And then down here you got P is for pigs, N is for night, nighty, for nighty, not night. Then you have the oranges. Again, if you guys are a book lover, I think you're going to love this book. It's in very good condition. All of the vibrant, all the colors are super
never
vibrant.
seen M is for moose in a book. I don't think so.
No, I have not.
What's up with those publications?
I'll keep an eye out. Then you look at the umbrella. Look at U is for umbrella.
So cute. How
kitschy is the wagon? Then look at the little bear. Look at the dancing mice. This is just super good. This was left over.
Wait. Go back. What did you want to say? I like corn.
Yes. Corn. So this was left over from that book collection I bought last year. This was the last one that I have, and then actually the Christmas one last night was part of that collection as well. So thank you, MJ. I saw your 14. Chrissy is in at 15. Again, this is one of those textured, thick cardboard kind of books. I don't want to say it's fabric, but it has the linen, like a grain in it almost. So let's do the countdown. We're looking for 16 or more, just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Man, that was a.
They don't have C for cheese, and I like cheese in there too. I
I
like corn too, but not as much.
Right.
As cheese.
I like the ones that say P for pizza. Those were always my favorite as a kid. They made me hungry then. So there is the bid end. Thank you so much. Hello, Becky. Good to see you. Hope you are well. So it looks like it's going to Chrissy for $15. Thank you so much, Chrissy. Congrats.
Congratulations. All right. Jason,
Yeah.
we are going to move into the recap. So anything that did not find a home the first time will come back for a second chance. I know we've had people popping in and out tonight. Maybe you were not here at the beginning and missed some things. So if you want to claim something, make sure to type in the item plus the price down into the chat. And if there is more than one person that tries to claim the same thing, we will just give it a moment. If there's more than one person that comes in there, those will then turn into a bid round. We'll do a quick countdown again to break any kind of ties. It will turn into a regular bid round you can use just in cases, that sort of thing. Okay. So, Jason, we'll get you over here.
Okay.
Ooh, that is not what I wanted to do.
Amy, you don't have a recap, right?
I don't have anything,
Okay.
no.
All right. So I showed this first out the gate. This is my 1980s. I think it's one of a kind. It's a ladybug. I believe it's a child's blanket. And then what they did is they made each one of these, and then they made a patch and then they sewed it on. So I think it's really rad if you guys are into the 1980s. Again, the way I had it folded, you're going to have that center one relax, which it was when I got it. But since I've had it folded, it curled a little bit. So $22. You can put Ladybug real quick. Here she is. She's reading.
Thank you.
My personal favorite, Ladybug dancing to maybe a little Saturday Night Fever. I don't know, getting a little crazy.
Disco Ladybug.
Then you have the Ladybug down here sleeping on the flower. And again, it curled because of the way I had it folded. You have this Ladybug down here hanging out with her purse and with the tulips. And then this one over here is getting his grub on. So it measures 25.5 by 38. It's in really good condition. It's super clean. I think it would be fun and kitschy for your summertime. You know, maybe drape it over the back. I mean, you could even hang this on a wall if you wanted to. I mean, you could put one of those dowel rods and hang it over the wall. So if you're interested, you can put Bug or Ladybug, and it's $22. If anybody watches this on the replay and they're interested, you can message me, but I will take that up to the shop then. So that would be Bug or Ladybug 22. And then I had my planters left. So you can claim them by boy or girl. So it's going to be girl 40. Again, it's super hard to find it with the planter. So it's going to be girl 40. And they both measure 6 inches tall by 7 inches wide. And again, the boy or girl, they come off, planter comes out, and then it's a metal bike. So hopefully that's reading. I don't have anything white at hand's reach to show. So that is the girl. So if you're interested in her, you put girl 40. And then if you're interested in the boy, you can put boy 40. Okay. So if you want them both, you'd have the set, or if you just want one or the other. Then I had one of my Rose Lane kitty cats left. You're exactly right, Joe. Very fancy nut cups. You could definitely serve. So actually, it is the size of a nut cup. I think Joe's right. So I had this one left from the choice round. It is Rose Lane. This one was the one with the missing rhinestone in the front. Truth be told, if you can't find the exact ones, you could pop one of the ones out of the back and move it to the front if you want to. I've done that a couple times. So this one is Cat 15. Cat 15. It is Roseland, and it is California. It's marked on the bottom USA. So you can just put Cat 15, and you could have that. Cat 15. I know the eyes are so crystal blue. But that's it for me, Amy. And we're going to sit these to the side.
All right. So if you guys watch on the replay, make sure to email Jason. If there's something that you're interested in, email him. Let him know. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it so much. Reminder for invoicing to send your information. If you have not done that already, please make sure and send that before the end of the broadcast tonight. And I'm going to be doing invoicing tomorrow, so I will email everybody once they are out there tomorrow. And Jason is doing his on Saturday. Is
Amie, I have to say, Tina wanted me to make
Yeah,
sure.
I was just going to say, is Tina doing one? That's what I was.
Yeah, that. But I also have to make sure that she's working on Saturday, so invoices will come out probably about 8 o'clock. She came down when I was doing the beginning.
Oh, gotcha.
So it'll be about 8 o'clock. The invoices will be out for us. So if you don't get it in the afternoon, don't worry. It'll be around 8 p.m. Eastern for us. So, and yes, Amie, thank you. Please, if you can, tomorrow night, head over to Whatnot. Tina, it is Mother Tucker's Tina. She has all sorts of brand name, vintage, costume jewelry. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. I did put the links in my community tabs. They are in my stories on Instagram. So please come on over and show Tina some support. Even if you're not there to buy, just come hang out. It's a good time. It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night over on Whatnot.
Okay. And a reminder for next week. So Christmas in July Wednesdays over on Mother Tucker's Antiques YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed to Jason and Tina over there. So next Wednesday, so that is the 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, I put up the wrong graphic.
Where'd you go?
I had the one from last week in there. Ariana is going to be joining us from the Withering Cottage. That's going to be super fun. So next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then, as always, we'll be back Thursday here for another episode of Fantastic Finds at 8 p.m. Eastern. And before we get into our community share, I will pop up a little graphic here for VAMP. If you're not a member over there at virtualantiquemarketplace.com, Jason and I are both going to be participating in a Christmas in July party day, which will be the 19th. So not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. So we'll both be doing Christmas in July sales over there on the 19th. I'll have another graphic to put up here next week for that, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. All right, so moving into our community share. If you want to email us in any photos, you can do so at ShareMyFindsLive@gmail.com. I do have some that I'm working through right now, but if you have anything that you want to share with us, make sure to include a brief description to go along with your photos, if you could, and if you would like us to mention your name when we share on the broadcast here, or if you want to be anonymous. Okay, so we can always use more. Especially maybe you're doing Christmas in July. That would be fun. I would love to see
really fun.
If you do a Christmas in July display. That would be a lot of fun. Okay. I do have a couple photos to share from Miss Nikki Moss tonight, and I absolutely love this display. So before we get into the display part, here's the first photo. And I think Nikki is still here. She said that, so she has this whole daisy collection that she has been putting together. And she said, when I was 20, I made the cross-stitch daisy picture for my parents. So then she recently started collecting daisy and yellow items and brooches to kind of go along with her little cross-stitch project. And I think that's very sweet.
That's fun.
And can you see at the bottom, it's even signed Nikki.
Yes.
At the bottom.
Yep.
I really like that. And I like the saying as it is. Okay. So here is the display. And this is the updated one. This is the updated. Just look at all this. Look at.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I love
and
all of that.
You know what? Speaking of this in the picture, and this shows how old I'm getting. Nikki bought the one girl from me, the head vase back there with the big bow. Doggone it. I sold one to her just a few sales ago. And then I'm talking about I've never seen the yellow one. And then I go upstairs and Tina's like, you sold the yellow one to Nikki last year. So I have seen other. We touch so many things I forget. I just want to follow up on that. Yeah. So Nikki, I forgot that I sold you the yellow one and then a purple one. So.
And I know there's a few things in there that Nikki bought from me too, but I did want to highlight, not just wearing the brooches and the jewelry. I love how all these are displayed and everything coordinates so well together. And the big cluster of brooches down at the bottom, they're all in a flower frog. We've talked about that before. And I love to see that because I don't see very many people actually display them that way. No. We talk about it. I see other people, but not in our vintage community. So I really love to see how you can display things and do something a little bit differently. And I love all. And even the little vase that is back there at the back with the daisy flowers that says Daisy on it. Love it. Everything works so well together. And this is super sweet. I'm so glad that you still have this, Nikki, that you were able to keep that and then inspire this whole collection to go along with it. So thank you, Nikki, so
I
much.
love it.
I love it. It's just so
Fantastic.
happy and cheerful. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, yep. Kim, sunny and cheerful. I love
It
it.
is.
And collecting a color and like items. The collection above is oh yes, it is. Yes, it was just easier to see the like green poking through for the flower frog for the bottom cluster. So
That's
thank you,
fun.
Nikki. We appreciate it. We love to see what you guys do with
So
the
good.
vintage
Very
and things
good.
in your home. We absolutely love it, and we love that we can share it with
Yes.
everyone here too. So thank you for being a part of our show, as always. And before we say goodnight, big thank you to Karen G and Kim for
Thank you.
helping out in the chat tonight. Ladies, as always, we appreciate you so much.
You
All
do.
right. All right. So whatever you guys are doing, make sure and have a wonderful rest of your week. Don't forget to go see Tina over on Whatnot if you can. And we will see you guys next Wednesday for Christmas in July over on Jason's channel. All right.
Love it.
All right.
Best
Good
time of
night,
the year.
you guys.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
guys.
so much. Bye.